Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Yahoo!
Welcome back to session 39 question mark of Weir of Adynn. One of our players is a bit late, if not turning up this evening, so I will be doing a horrible Scottish accent to fill in for him.
It's not like we have a Scottish person here.
No, definitely not. I'll instead impersonate and ruin your culture. Because that is definitely the best way I should be spending my time.
Weir of Adynn, cultural appropriation.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Who wants to do a recap of last week's session?
I have notes.
Yeah. Well, you're now going to be the fucking recapper.
Oh, I've been promoted. So my first line says "fight" in all capitals. So,
fight all caps. Nice.
Fight. So we're in a big fight with Phaustos. I keep saying Phaustos because that's the name of the demon in a play. Anyway, it's not the name of the demon. I'm not gonna get into it. So we go against Phaustos. Phaustos is attacking us. Meanwhile, there are two figures on the distance doing some weird shit with this big hand, and we start trying to beat the shit out of them. This guy called Heliodor turns up, and he's like, "I have a mech bear. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him too." Stella falls off the cliff at one point and survives. Congratulations. We're trying to win. We're trying to beat him. We almost get to the top of the hand with these two figures on top, but they just get away with the artifact, and one of the people on the hand turns out to be Stella's dad, who has been missing for a long amount of time. So we analyze the scriptures around their hand, and it says, "By their hands we were made, by ours they are unmade." And it turns out the big hand is one of the automata?
Yeah.
Great automata called Augur. So basically, from my research when I did law, Augur was one of these big titans that helped make the world in the... Was it the construction? The original one?
In the first construction, yeah.
So there were three automata, and Augur was the one who created magic. So basically, this artifact that they've got, I suspect / probably know that it's one of the keys to which they're going to try and crack open the realm to try and release some big baddie, and they've just gotten away with it. So we're a bit fucked. But we've stabilized Horsorth, who is one of the dwarves who was on the ground bleeding out. And now we have Heliodor with us, with his mech bear called Mare.
Mare the mech bear.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mare the mech bear. And we are basically going to have to contact Arda going, "Hey, yo, we've lost half our party. Everything's a bit fucked. Soz, XOXO."
Nice.
LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, recapping.
So as you guys were... You guys started to leave at the end of last session. So you were heading back out the route that you came. You also have 3 harbingers that survived that fight, who are unwilling to fight you, and if you're willing to bring them with you, they seem to also want to leave. If you'd like to make conversation with them, you can, or you can just take them and just keep them prisoner, because kind of, who knows, I don't know what you're doing. So yeah, you guys are all kind of making your way out of this room, and heading back out into the cave. What are you doing? Are you just heading out?
I think we should bring the Harbinger goons with us
Yeah.
and talk to them about what the fuck has just happened.
Okay.
So they're in a really awkward place.
Yeah,
wait.
Can he kind of got them together to look after the one guy who's over there who's actually injured before coming back over?
It's totally.
No, he had an arrow through. He basically had a reverse Wolverine.
Oh.
Basically, but Karik doesn't want to kill any more teenagers, so he's just maiming people.
Listen, we are getting medics when we kill these support. Okay, fuck you up.
Master Maimer.
Master Maimer.
At least I'm not the one who went up having children in the face knowing that they were.
Alright, I'm gonna move you guys. I can only move you one at a time, so I'm moving you guys
Okay.
down to the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
So you've made your way back over the variety of bridges in this room. I'll bring thumb.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Grow the child.
Okay.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
For fuck's sake. So you have these three people with you. One of them was previously injured, but I believe Karik cast Cure Wounds on one of them.
Krieg healed them up, but tried not to do it in a way that it's not going to be.
It's certainly not
Too difficult.
fixed.
Yeah, it's not fixed, but it's healed up enough that he's not completely fucked.
Yeah. Okay. So, they seem grateful that you let them live, but they also seem quite nervous around you. Understandably so. I'll say that Horsoth is riding on Mare, because Mare is big and Horsoth is still injured. So he is going to be kind of laying on Mare's back, and Mare's just going to follow around Heliodor. Yeah, the three goons are just kind of watching you. They've taken off their masks at this point.
What do they look like?
So the one that Karik shot through the hand and incapacitated is maybe like a half dwarven man. His early 20s. He's quite young, quite short, has curly kind of black hair and stubble. Not particularly aged very well, but he looks tired. He looks like he hasn't slept for a few days. Goon A, so or A, not A, C, sorry, is a human woman in her mid-40s with long blonde hair, again looking like she hasn't slept for quite some time. And Goon B is a human man in his early 30s with short brown hair and sort of a goatee and a moustache. And they're all kind of just sticking close to each other. They look like very average people.
Krieg kind of looks around everyone first and kind of asks, would it be better for us to take at least a short rest for now before trying to go back? Because remembering the path here is not going to be exactly easy getting back again.
First of all, I want to know what you know. All three of you.
They're all staring at you, and they seem cautious, as if you're something that they haven't seen much of, but they seem to be wary of you particularly. And the one that's closest to you, Goon C, the human woman, kind of pipes up and says they didn't tell us much. It was just a case of if we didn't join them, we would die.
The two figures in the hand. Do you know anything about them?
Roll me... How are you going about this? Are you trying to intimidate them, or are you trying to persuade them to talk to you?
Probably more persuade at the moment. She's still angry, but not at them specifically.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion then.
Yep. Uh, 19.
Blimey. Okay. I forget the pally is high charisma. she kind of looks to her companions, and looks back at you and says, "Well, one of them was like you." I don't know what name they went by. I know they had a title. And as the woman's talking, you can hear Horsoth kind of lift his head a slight, and he mentions that the apparent Juriar, the shorter one with the white leaves, was referred to as the Abyssal Actuary. They never went by a name, but they were always went by that title.
The Abyssal what?
Actuary.
Actuary.
I can type it for you.
No, I can spell. It's fine. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I got it right. Okay. No, not that I ever doubted myself.
No, clearly.
Okay.
And that person is apparently one of the leading voices of the Harbingers.
And our party. Do you know where they were sent?
The three Harbingers shake their heads. Horsoth also doesn't seem to know. It seems like they haven't been told anything about like the specific locations. It was just kind of, you do this, out of like them threatening them. It was mostly just completely on threats. They were running on being told that if you didn't do this thing, we would kill you and we'd take everything you own and kill your family as well. It was not a good situation.
So, what's your guys? Do you want to go back to your families, or we can take you back to Arda?
The Dwarven man definitely seems adamant to go home. Home being Freywick.
Well, if we take a short rest here, then we can take you back to Freywick.
They seem willing to stay for a little while if it means getting back in one piece, because they don't know how dangerous this cavern is, if at all, because they've been down here for quite some time. But they will camp effectively for the next hour or so, a little away from you, just so they can rest up. Horsoth will remain with Heliodor and you, just kind of trying to recover somewhat. He's been bandaged up by Thumb for the most part, but he's still not in a great state.
In fact, Krieg is going to ask one more question, actually.
Okay.
When you came through to this cavern, how did you get here exactly? Was it a very dangerous path? Is there any other way other than that one passage to get here?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Yeah, the minus charisma character.
Oh, no!
Well, it's a nat 20, actually.
Oh, fuck.
So it's a
Nice.
19.
So the human man says that they were effectively kidnapped. So when they came to the mine, they were like, they had like a bag put over their head and they were taken. So it's not like they knew the route that they took, but whatever route they took must have been safe because they arrived pretty much in this room and have been in here for a while.
Right, okay. Could they say where about in the room they had the bags and everything taken off their heads?
About here, where they're stood.
Right, so that makes me guess it is through the path that we came through. Shit.
We have to go back that way.
I have a question.
Go on then.
So wait, this child is like going up to them like tears, tears down their cheeks.
Small child that's a wreck. They're like looking at you like, why is there a child here?
You're a child too. Shut up. Pointing at that one. Does anyone know the man in chains?
The one with the actuary.
Yes.
They kind of look between each other and say he didn't have a title. No one called him by a name, not that we heard. But given that he was in chains, it kind of implies that he was like us, right?
I guess so. I'm gonna go back to
Just
Maybe
returns.
Maybe he's doing
Yeah.
this against his will, Stella. We don't know what those chains were about, what they could do.
Did you
Yeah.
know him?
But for years, you can't tell me that.
Wait, what?
For years?
He's been missing since Estella was a child. Like a baby, since they were about 5.
Oof. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was about Grief didn't know exactly who it was that he'd shot. Oh, I knew it was
alright.
someone because he was across the other side of the room.
Karik, alright, Karik. You just shot me dad.
My mum is
Not
not weird.
My mum is not weird. Why'd you shoot me, Dad?
It's my pa.
He's just staring at him like,
My papa that's been missing since I was 5. You just shot him in the gut.
he
Yeah,
looks
I
like
was
he's
gonna
kind of
chop his
trying to say something.
I mean, I did try to cut off his arm, so...
I was running in to stop you too. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I guess it's not chopped off.
Yeah.
Heliodor's gonna pipe in. Oh god, excuse the accent. Wait, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I've got such a critical eye on you right now.
No, oh no.
Got pressure on you now, cunt.
No, I can't do the accent with knowing that you're gonna be fucking stripping me of it, so I can't do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Heliodor will mention that he doesn't really think that. No, I'm not fucking doing it. He doesn't think that at that point it would have been Estella's dad because he was possessed by whatever that creature was.
He had Flesh Man inside him.
Yeah, he had Flesh Man inside him, so he's like,
I
well,
don't like that.
not to be offensive, he says, but like, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but surely your pa would have been less you know, smiling like the fucking Joker.
Well,
What's the joke?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I see.
well, I kind of guessed that, but what's really affecting me right now is that whenever that guy possessed people and then left them, those people died.
Well, didn't he say that he wanted to keep that one Not trying to make the situation worse, but I think I'm making it worse. I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, I don't want him to stay inside my dad.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm being really immature, carry on.
Oh my god, Gabby.
Well,
Willie.
that's like
Alright, mate.
Alright.
Yeah.
Billy, get out of this campaign.
Sorry, mate. Oh,
leave some posts for the rest of us. Why don't you?
All right, so yeah, Heliodor's gonna shut up because he thinks that he's making the situation worse.
either way, we're gonna have to tell Arda what happened here. Does anyone want to play a game of who gets to tell them?
Sleep.
Curry's moving away.
No, you come back here, Spider-Man. No.
It seems like the goons are talking amongst themselves, just quietly, sort of making sure that the injured one is comfortable, not really paying attention to you.
In fact, Karika is going to go over and offer them some rations, actually.
Okay.
Rations, not the drink, stuff like that.
Roll me another persuasion check.
Damn it.
Bro, you shot this dude really horrendously through the hand. He's not going to be taking food from you willingly.
We walked in, and I mean, there was kind of the fact we didn't have a fucking choice. Oh, that's 7 minus 1, so that's a 6.
They kind of they refuse, politely, mostly politely. It seems like they're more so that they're just kind of scared of you.
Alright.
He kind of gives a nod, but he leaves it there anyway. Kind of turning back and going back up.
Okay.
I don't think they like me.
If you want to, if you're short resting, you're taking an
Yeah.
hour to just relax. You can roll your hit dice and get a bit of HP back.
2.
You got 2 HP back. I'm proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing anything else over your short rest?
Mm.
I need to apply my hit die.
Karika, are you going to
Yeah.
be the one to tell the assistant what happened?
We find the cave. There is. Perfect. This is actually probably best time to speak to her since the hand is still. We're right next to the hand still. This might actually be a good idea. You kind of looks around to the others.
I've just realised I don't have my fucking voice mod on, so you're just going to have to cope without it.
That's funny.
Okay. So you're gonna plop down, pull it out. The sending
Walk out
stone.
as well.
Yeah, okay, you pull out the sending stone, and as you're about to turn it on, it lights up on its own. And you hear suddenly through it, "Karee!"
No! I was about to call you!
Hello! You hear like the cheery voice of the assistant on the other end.
Hello.
Where are you?
We are in, what was the name of the town we came to again?
Freywick.
We were, sent to Freywick.
I know you're in No. Where are you?
We have went into the caves. We are at the for deepest part of caves, is now.
You're still in the cave.
We're just taking a rest before trying to get out. We found something quite how to say significant.
Okay, great. You could tell me in person. I'm in town.
Okay. We have there's 3 people down here. We need to help get out. One of them is hurt. Um, is there anyone else up there to help with healing at all, or medicine?
You can hear kind of movement and chatter on the other end. It sounds like she's kind of moving around. And roll a perception for me.
Yeah, me gusta. That's a 10. What's my plus again? That's a 16.
Oh, fuck me. You can, on the other end, you swear that you can hear, do they need a healer?
Yes!
Oh,
Yes! Yes! It's
The party's favourite NPC, you know?
Phalos!
she's back, everyone. She's back. We the people of this town were how say scripted, consecrated,
Conscripted.
conscripted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we kind of had to fight some of them down here. The two of those of the 3 are okay. The other one, I had to shoot in the hand to stop him shooting back. The arrow is still inside. It will really need some attention.
You can hear her talking to Palos. Them discussing, we can meet you outside the mine. Effectively, she says, okay, well, so, if you're still in there, how long do you think it's going to take for you to get out of there?
He's gonna briefly glance around everyone and then back to the stone. There's little problem with coming back out. When you go inside of mine, there is a big center cavern with breach that go across. They cut the breach.
Right.
So we don't entirely have best way to cross back across that. Before the room next to ours, we have to go through to get there. There is is cast with darkness. There are lots of we believe maybe dig-offs for mine shafts and holes, and there are very not nice things running around in there.
Right.
Zach fell into one of those holes on the way, and he has broken his leg as well.
Who's Zach?
He was one of the members that came with us. In fact, no, I do not think you have met him. He was someone who came with us. He was at Arda with us.
Okay.
Before.
Alright, so we've got someone with a hand that you shot. We've got someone with a broken leg. Is that it?
The broken leg we do not need to worry about too much until we get further on. He is in I'm not exactly how
A jar.
A jar.
Yeah, we will talk about this later. He is in a place that we can get him out that will not be problem with broken leg.
Okay.
The problem is it is not exactly very easy getting back through that darkness again. It was chance of us getting through to begin with, I think.
Right. Well, if it's on your side of the broken bridge, we can't really help you with that. Just don't die.
I understand.
Because I don't want to have to fix the bridge and then come in and get your bodies.
Well, it would be nice if you fixed the bridge for us to get across.
Well, we'll see what we can do, but there's only a handful of us here because we could only really spare a handful of people.
Okay.
And also, I want to see the adamantine.
Okay, I understand. Well, if you want to see adamantine, you'll need to fix bridge or find other way across.
Bugger. Okay.
You see, we are a bit of impasse here.
Okay, we'll start working on it. We'll send some people up, and if we can figure it out, then great. And if not, you'll figure something out, right? You can figure something out.
He kind of looks right and realizing we've got a what's his name again? I forget his name. Heliodor, yeah. Having Heliodor there, I feel we have to have a better chance. Okay, if need to, we'll try call again if we are having problems. Um, I think you are going to be very interested on what is actually through here right now.
Okay, that sounds great. Glad to hear that you're not dead. And I will see if I can get some people set up there as soon as possible. Okay, bye, 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 bye. And the sending stone goes dead.
Good news, everyone. Okay, the assistant is in town. So is Pelos.
Yes.
And they see a few others possibly. They did not have most hands to send out. Assistant really wants to know what's in his room with the adamantine, so possibly she might be helping more so getting the breach back up now. I cannot say that for sure exactly. She was kind of in the mind of letting us try and get across ourselves. But knowing she has to come back through here anyway now, hopefully that will help.
Hey,
Other than that, we are kind of on for going back through there. He says, pointing towards like the cave that they had to come through.
what, the spooky cave that broke Zach's leg?
Gale.
Oh,
You know, the one with the bugs.
yeah.
The
Yep,
bugs.
I know the one.
The bug.
It's an eyelash bug.
It's a nemesis.
Well, if we're all rested up, might as well just bite the bullet and go ahead.
Okay, so are you heading out into the hallway that you came from?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second while I move you back over. So we're going to this one. Bring everyone. Okay.
Yeah, what the shit?
Okay, so as you walk down the hallway, you immediately notice there's no like sudden layer of darkness. It's been dispelled. It's dark, but you can see through it.
I can glow, bitch.
Question? How did we walk across there without all dying?
That is an amazing question.
He's just staring at this. If he had any facial expressions, he looked like completely gobsmacked.
Two of us with no facial expression.
Two people with no facial expressions, just staring blankly into the room.
Just want the little notepads with eyebrows on them.
Just slap them on the forehead.
I might need about 6 of those, please.
So you are trailed quite closely by the three harbingers behind you, or as you would probably suspect, they're closer to just townspeople. You've got Mare at the back with Horsoth trailing on top of Mare, and you've got Heliodor at your side. Heliodor is kind of looking into the room with a bit of an expression like, right, we got to figure out how to get through here with, what, 8, 9, 10 bodies?
Just say I was going to offer to go ahead first, because that bitch has got dark vision for days and she glows in the dark.
Okay. So I'll say people within 10 feet of you will have advantage on their perception checks, because they will be able to see better, because you light up the room. So whoever is travelling closest to you needs to stay nearby. I will move the NPCs accordingly, but... So you start to make your way in. I'd like everyone to make me a perception check.
In fact, quick little question here, actually.
Hey.
For Crease Spider Climb,
Yeah.
I know it is on a ratio ability you can use once a day, but it is also still under my spells. Am I able to cast it as well using a spell slot?
No, because it is a racial ability. It is inherent. You don't know how to use it as a spell.
Right. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I got 10.
A 10 for perception.
Wait, you said
14.
close enough to the glowy. What did you say? Get advantage on it? Did you say?
Yeah, if you are like within 10 feet, so 2 squares of Dracera, you get a advantage.
Do I
Do I
need
get
it?
advantage for being me? Do I?
13 plus 6, 19.
I will say because you've already got 120 feet of dark vision. No.
Aw.
So Heliodor rolled 13.
I got 14.
You get 14.
19.
I need to roll for Thumb.
You can do it, little man.
Thumb rolled a 19.
Damn.
I will not roll for the
Someone
rest
else
of
is
them
on my
because
level.
that's pain. Because that's painful. Okay, so Dracera, as you're helming it, you're kind of looking forward. You don't notice anything odd. Anyone who rolled over a 15. So Karik and Thumb. Karik, you can hear something moving around somewhere in this room.
Dracera.
Hmm?
I think I can hear those things. Can you pinpoint where about in the room they are?
I'll say with that roll, they seem to be coming from the deeper crevices.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna do a divine sense.
Okay.
Would
So it's 60
Dracera.
feet. Up to there, and
Okay.
all the way around, sort of.
So effectively up until the longer crevasse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're doing a divine sense. What does divine sense show you again? Is it undead, fae, and fiends?
Yeah.
Okay. And not celestials because there's no current celestials. You don't pick up on anything.
It's
Oh.
just bugs.
You're just fucking bugs!
We don't exactly know how many are inside the holes, though. I did have something I done beforehand when I went for a Zac. I can give it a try again if you want to try and lure them out and maybe hit them at distance. Oh,
Yeah,
Thumb,
go ahead.
stay close, Thumb, stay close. Can you reach down, pats Thumb on top of the head lightly?
Thumb looks up at you and is pointing at the crevasses.
And he gives like this, like a nod, like yeah, and he gives a thumbs up, like yeah. One sec. He kind of looks around. Can he find a stone on the floor again?
Roll me investigation.
Investigation. 18.
You're able to find like a decently sized stone, yeah, like a loose stone.
Okay. I want your okay before I do this, because the last time I threw it to make noise to draw them away.
Okay.
I wonder if you can do the same to lure them out, so we might be able to attack them at distance instead of dealing with them while crossing the holes.
I'd say give it a go.
Where would you say is best to throw it then?
I mean, probably about here.
How far away is that?
So throw it in this direction.
50, yeah. So he's gonna take the wrong. He's gonna try and throw it past the deep crevasse.
Okay, roll me in athletics and we'll see how far you throw it.
Athletics. That's a 6.
Okay. So you lob it.
Shit.
You pull back one of your many arms, and you throw it with all of your might, and you are able to throw it about 15 feet. It hits about here.
Oh.
And you hear now, resounding around the cavern, this sudden kind of scuttling noise.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can hear things
already.
crawling around, and there's a faint green kind of glow from this direction.
I don't like it.
He's readying up a shot for everything that fucking comes up.
Doesn't look like anything's coming over the edge of the cavern up to your level yet.
In fact, you
I
know
say
what you
make a
could
run
do?
for it.
What, over
Yeah, I
these
would-
things?
Let's run.
How about not doing that and maybe trying to stealth? That sounds like a good idea.
Dracera's just gonna motion to her armor. And then motion to Mare.
I mean, but some of us could stealth, maybe.
And what are the rest of us supposed to do?
Well, you're the one that suggested running, so if you want to run, you're welcome to, but I'm gonna try and stealth.
So you're gonna try and stealth and leave us all behind?
Well, no, I'll be going behind you.
Or if want, I can try shooting in that direction and see if it draws something. Unless you want to try throwing rock. He says, look at Dracera, knowing she's hefty and much stronger than he is.
I'm gonna pick up another rock.
Alright, roll me an investigation, see if you can find a rock.
Dracera's a fucking dumbass.
Mate, Creek has a 0 for
Okay.
investigation. I got fucking lucky.
What'd you roll?
10.
A 10, okay. You look around and the best you can find is like this like pebble. It doesn't seem, it seems almost like just like sand that's compressed into a stone. But it's holding together as you pick it up. It's just not very big.
Yeah, I'm gonna launch it.
Alright, roll me in athletics. What direction are you launching it?
Same direction.
Same direction, okay.
I think I can help, but I'm gonna let this ride. I'm just crossing my arms like, yeah, okay, let's see.
22.
22, okay, so you're throwing it in the same direction that Karee threw it. So as you pull back and launch it, it goes significantly further than Karee's quite feeble attempt. Lands
Yes, look at a pebble.
about here, and rather than kind of making a stone noise because it was sand, it just kind of splats. It just kind of makes like a poof noise as it hits the floor. And you see out of the edge of the cavern a hand.
Ew!
Oh.
Ew!
It looks like it's a joint that seems to be shaped almost like a humanoid limb, as it, like, the hand reaches up and kind of plaps down on top of where the stone you'd thrown had hit, and then just kind of pulls back into the edge of the cavern. I will allow you to roll a perception check.
Yep.
To those of you, like Estella, I believe, is that in range? Yeah, okay, so you would be able to see it. The three people behind you would not be able to see it, nor would Mare or Horsoth.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's
20.
21.
22.
Karik and Estella, you see that, like, as this hand reaches out of the edge of the cavern, where the elbow should be, it seems to have more than one elbow.
Ah.
So it breaks at one point and has like 3 joints along where the arm would be. So it's an absurdly long hand. And with those rolls, because you both rolled very high, I'll say that considering on the way in, you felt like you were holding each other's hands, and yet you were separated.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ew.
No, fuck you. No, that's awful. No, that's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. No.
But they're kind of nice though. They didn't drag you down.
He dragged Zach down!
That was not consensual hand grabbing.
Wait, it didn't drag.
I'm
He
gonna
grabbed
cry.
your biceps, didn't they?
That's the worst thing ever. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Dracera's the good thing Dracera doesn't see any of this because she was like, great.
You saw something moving in the dark, but you didn't see the details. Not like the other two did.
Dracera's gonna turn back around to everyone and just kind of give them a look of like, so what are we doing then?
Carice got his bow, like, he's got the string pulled back, like, aiming at that fucking hole.
What is it?
Something not good.
Oh.
What happens if we hold hands right now? Just don't let go. What? Is it plays with the other hand?
Why do you want to hold hands? We can see in this, at least this time round.
Just saying, Dracera, that was a hand.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
It was a long hand with
Oh.
many other hands.
Dracera's gonna turn back around to look at the cabin, and then turn back around to the guys and be like, "So I guess we're stealthing then. Yeah. Okay."
Krieg is going to cast a Pass Without Trace.
How many people does that affect?
It is.
It's anyone within 30 feet of you, isn't it?
I'm just reading through it again. For each creature you choose within 30 feet of you.
How many people
it's no
can it
limit to it.
affect, or is it just no limit?
It's no, as long as they're within 30 feet, and as long as I allow it.
Okay, so you can bring everyone in this entire group, including the three townsfolk, Horseoth and Mare, so long as they stay within 30 feet of you, will be affected by your Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, so even right now, everyone's affected by it, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, what does it look like when you cast Pass Without Trace?
So a bit like last time, everyone would feel this, it almost feels like a kind of slight breeze come across you. And it's like, even the Dracera away your armour, it's like, instead, you can still, wearing it, you can still kind of hear the clank of the armour. But as it kind of comes over you, this wind almost like subdues the sound. And it kind of comes across with this little bit of a, it's almost as if it's like a shadow. Like, you know, say, yeah, it's standing there and you've got a shadow cast behind you. It's kind of, that's a bit what the light around us dims to.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're already in, like, not exactly, we're kind of in darkness already, but it doesn't really affect your ability to see, but it's more as if you could gauge that anything that would be looking at you would have a harder time seeing through it.
Right.
Okay.
And what does that give us on rolls? And
Plus
stuff?
10
gives
to your,
you a plus
your
10.
stealth rolls.
You're still.
Whoa! Disgusting. Okay.
Disgusting.
So I will not move Horseoth, Mare, and the three people, but assume that they are staying close to you, unless we get to a
Yeah.
point where they might struggle to cross. But
So,
I
yeah, I'll
will.
say Grief says stay close, like stay within X distance of me.
Are you
Kind of.
having a marching order? Is somebody
I'll go first.
helming?
Yep.
Okay.
Can someone grab Thumb?
I got a phone.
I don't
Okay.
want Thumb running off the edge of the fucking crevasse.
Nah, I'm gonna like pick him up. He's on my back.
Okay. So I'll say for now, the 5 of you are moving forward. Everyone, roll me a stealth check, please.
27.
Get disadvantage.
Yeah, it would still be at disadvantage. Heliodor is also at disadvantage. He rolls at disadvantage of 12, so that's a 22.
So 14 plus 10, 24.
22 or 24.
35.
25. Or 35.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! Estella is invisible. And Curry?
27.
27. Okay. You know what? I will roll for the others. So.
Make this fun, interesting.
Okay.
Make them able to die.
So someone rolled a 30. You have a 13. Someone rolled a 3. So 20 and 22. Because Horsoth is with Mare, you will have a shared roll with that person. Okay, so the human woman seems to not be quite as stealthy as the rest of you, but because the rest of you are so well hidden, she's kind of covered. It's not a terrible roll, but it could be a lot better. So start moving forward at your leisure. I will allow, once you get to kind of the edge, you can roll me a perception if you want to look down.
No.
Krieg will have a look down as the curious bastard he is. That is a 30-20.
Dirty 20. You look down, which side? Are you looking down here or here?
To where you seen the hand.
Okay, so this side.
Yeah, so like over, down and over here.
Okay.
I'm just going... Wait, no, I need to make notes. Hang on.
So as you kind of peer over the edge and you look down, it gets significantly darker. You can see most of the way down. It seems to be about maybe a 40-foot, maybe 50-foot drop. And at the bottom you can see movement. Quite a lot of movement of a variety of different sort of things moving. This green glow. You can see what looks like a carapace of some kind, grey, with this green glows on it that are in a very specific pattern, almost like a ladybug. But it's got 6 legs and then these 2 long disjointed arms on the front of it that are helping it kind of crawl across the rock face. Like hands that are clinging to the rock and pulling it forward. But there's quite a few of them down there. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Can we keep one?
He kind of looks back to the others and like tries to get their attention a little bit, and kind of just points down the hole, like, and just like he kind of looks between some of his hands for a moment before just kind of holding up like 3 hands with like open palms as if like saying 5, like saying lots.
Sarah's not turning back. She's like, hey, and I don't want to know.
I do not want to know.
No, I don't want to know shit. I just want to get out of here.
Teach you how to make how to do palms, because I do not understand you.
So you're making your way around, very quietly. Like none of you are talking. You're just kind of carefully weaving around these gaps. uncomfortably quiet apart from the skittering. Dracera, I need you to make me a dex save, please.
Oh. A dex save.
Save.
Okay. (23 + 3 = 26).
26. So as you start making your way over this little gap, it seems that the rock here is particularly loose, and your foot kind of starts to slide down a slight, but you're able to kind of pull yourself back up and move over. The rest of you passing over this now are going to need to make dex checks to make sure that you can get over safely.
As long as I stay there, you get +3 on saves. If you're
Checks,
within...
not saves.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Well.
So, Kareeg?
Can't help you there. Sorry. I'll move out the way for you guys.
Kind of symboling the cross. Let us see. That is a 15.
15. Okay, you're able to make it over. You're just kind of
Close
very
enough.
light-footed, making your way over the gap.
Am I close enough to Dracera to add free?
You
just
won't get a
check
plus
the
3 because it's not a save. So
Oh, okay, 9.
a 9. Okay, so Estella, as you start to make your way over, your footing isn't quite as light, and your leg kind of slips off the side of this chasm, and a hunk of rock goes hurling down into the chasm with a loud crash. I will allow either of you to make a dex save to try and grab Estella before they fall.
Could I make the dex save? Gabby's BRB.
Okay, yeah, make it then.
What?
Right, so dex save.
What?
What?
The child is about to fall.
What?
The child's about to eat shit because they rolled badly.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Piss?
Sorry.
Can't have piss.
Okay,
in this
so
fight.
that's a dex save, ain't it? You said.
Yeah.
So it's a
Dex
save, so I
save or
get the
dex
plus
check?
3. Dex save because I'm trying to save this.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
save, so you get the plus 3.
yeah.
What was that
See,
roll?
with the plus 3, it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You're able to grab
problem.
Estella and pull them up onto the ledge, but it seems like you've made quite a bit of noise.
Oh.
And there is a loud kind of rumble of skitters and these clicks and like screeches in the dark, and mostly from your left, I suppose your right if you're facing down, you can hear these creatures beginning to crawl up the walls of the cavern and towards you.
Dracera's gonna make a motion to Kareek of like shoot an arrow.
No, I got it. I can cast minor illusion.
Ooh.
So minor illusion, I believe you can either make a sound or you can make an image.
Yep. So I'm gonna make a sound.
Okay, what kind of sound?
What kind of sound can I do? I could do footsteps.
Okay. If you want to do, where are you casting it?
I think here would be the best part to do it.
Okay, so you're gonna cast it on the other side of the chasm. How far is the casting on that?
30 feet.
Okay, so that's 65 feet. So you need to do it within
Oh.
30 feet of you.
You do it 30 feet back from us, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are like I will say like Horsoth and Mayor and all that are right behind you. So you can cast it back to where you'd started effectively.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that seems a bit better.
Okay. What does it look like when you cast this?
I'd say that their hands kind of just glow, and they kind of make the motion like of the sound with their hands. and they just cast it on the spot. So they kind of like wave it on one of their palms, and then they shoot it out from with their other hand, and then
Okay.
it just makes a sound.
You can hear echoing footsteps from the far side of the cavern where you'd previously come from. And I don't have any tokens for it because this is the one thing that I told you just before the session that I hadn't prepped. The spot in which those footsteps are emanating from is suddenly swarmed by 4 or 5 of these large insects. They look to be about maybe 2 to 3 feet long, so quite big, about thumb height, with these horrendously elongated front legs that finish in what look like humanoid hands.
It's the mum from Coraline.
Yes.
And they're all kind of grabbing at where the footsteps are and looking like, well, it seems like they're looking around. I'll allow any of you, if you want to make either a nature check or a perception check.
Hang on. Can I do a nature check?
You can do.
Thank you.
You know, I'll mix it up. I'll do a nature as well.
17 as well.
6+2 or 15.
Okay. Karik, you've never seen anything like this in your life. They are definitely not Elenian. These are just straight up bugs. They are very unpleasant to look at. This is not something that you're particularly versed in. Dracera, you can kind of gather by the way they're kind of patting their hands on the floor that they can't see.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're going off of sound because they are moving and kind of patting the stone, creating vibrations that they follow. And like listening for the noise of the footsteps. Estella, you swear that you've seen some notes from your father of these kinds of insects before, as one of the many kind of letters you received back for him when he was out and about and studying when you were young. You vaguely recall them being referred to as stone reachers. They use acid to bore holes in the rock and use their kind of frontmost arms to pull themselves quickly through these small spaces and around awkward passages very, very quickly.
Ooh. Oh. Acid burned stone, that's not good. Do not touch.
No touch. Illegal.
Not touchy.
Thumb is going to attempt to start making his way over. He rolled a 5 and immediately starts to careen into the side of the,
Oh my god!
of the cavern.
Reach for thumb.
Okay, Dracera, make a dex save, please.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No one was keeping an eye on the child. That's what you get.
I thought Estella was carrying the child.
No. 18. Okay, you managed to grab him by the cap, and he's just kind of dangling as you pick him up and pull him back over. He doesn't seem particularly deterred in any way. He's just kind of there. And Heliodor, I need to make a dex check. Oh, and Heliodor rolls a 5 as well. So Heliodor's like struggling because everyone has kind of made their way across this area and it is collapsed quite intensely. But he starts to also like lose his footing, and he's grabbing out at Estella because Estella is closest.
Oh, cool.
Can you make a dex save for me, Estella?
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Oh yeah, you get 3+ anyway. But can I help as well? Or...
Okay, if you want to both try and grab for him,
Yeah.
then Estella, you've got advantage and a +3.
Okay, good. Okay, that's better.
That's amazing.
26.
26.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
The other one was 9.
God. Yeah, you managed to kind of pull him over. He's not as heavy as you would have thought, because he is quite heavy set, but as described last session, he doesn't seem to be particularly bulky in terms of muscle. So you managed to kind of pull him over, and he skips over and kind of quietly says to you, thank you. Alright, are you going to continue stealthing?
Yes.
Alright, I need you all to roll me stealth again, please. Pass Without Trace is still up, so you are able to roll
that. 23.
Okay.
36.
God.
I have
Yeah, my
plus 10.
disadvantage rolls were both 11s. And then I get
It
plus
is
2,
this.
but still a disadvantage.
14 plus 7, 21.
Oh,
30. 31.
31, and Heliodor rolled a 10, so he got a dirty 20. I've rolled for the other characters, and none of them have rolled below a 10, so that's good. Not that they could. So you are continuing stealthily.
Continuing stealthily.
Thumb, stop. He kind of picks them up and kind of hands them towards Estelar. Like,
stay on my back.
Okay, so Thumb is going to be carried on your shoulders.
Yes.
Alright. You're going to be a wee bit slower, but you can carry him on your shoulders.
I am
'Cause
36 stealth. I am fine.
Yeah.
I was kind of just looking and thinking, he's going right towards that fucking hole.
Okay, so you come to a gap that looks to be about 10 foot across. It varies in size across the length of it, but it's deep. It's a good 40 to 50 feet down.
Youth.
Yes, wheels.
God damn it.
Also, the minor illusion thing lasts a minute.
Okay, so they are all bundled up over where your footsteps are playing.
Craig kind of points over towards here. Would it be better closing it to not so wide part?
Which one?
Like over here, so you kind of seen it as a bit of a like
It's a slightly thinner gap. It's more like 6 foot.
This part.
No, this.
no other way.
Other way. Why is it not pinging on mine?
Bing,
Oh,
bing, bing.
there we go. There they all are. Okay. There were like loads of pings that just came up at once.
Bing, 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 bing. Oh dear.
Oh, Dressera's lagging, man. God damn it.
Will this part
Oh
become a
no, I
problem?
didn't mean to click on
I don't want to throw fun.
Yes, you want to throw Thumb. What you want?
No, I don't know.
Be funny.
No, because Thumb will just walk away.
Unless you command him not to, because he is a golem.
No, but what would that do?
He just stands there.
Yeah, with the rope.
He won't be able to hold us back. I don't think he's that heavy.
No, he's not.
I don't think he's that strong either.
According to you lot, he's only about 1.5 feet tall, so he's very much not able to take your weight.
In fact, would Creek be able to ask a Heliodor if a Mayor might be able to step across that distance? Because he looks like he could be big enough to do so.
Let's have a looky. I'm looking at.
I'm just going by. Yeah, I'm just
Mayor's
going by like the
stat
size
sheet.
of the token and shit like that.
Yeah. So
Become a bridge.
Yeah.
Mayor It's only a medium creature.
It's not
So
a fucking medium creature.
you haven't been against a large creature yet. Um, you lot are also absurdly small. So that's on you. That's on you. Okay, so he is not considered big enough to like he can get over the gap, but he wouldn't be able to hold the gap and let you
that's
kind of
kind
walk
of what
over
I was
him.
thinking. If we get Mayor to go over the other side and hold on to a rope for us, give some extra as someone to cross
Oh.
over.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's an idea.
Because we only used 2 ropes last time.
Yeah.
We'll still have a lot of rope.
So Mare can quite easily make that gap with Horsoth on him. Because he is stealthed, he doesn't make that much noise as he lands, and it seems like the feet that are still going off up here are distracting a handful of them. Mare is able to jump the gap with... How much rope are you giving him?
We'd only need 1 rope because it's 50 foot
50
long.
feet, okay. So one of you is
So-
relinquishing a rope, and you've got one side of it, and he has the other side.
Yeah, so if what we do is if one of us on this side holds if like maybe whoever's on this side holds the rope,
Yeah.
and then they hold it on that side, you can kind of like hover your hand over it, and if you fail, you can use it just to grab onto.
Yeah. Okay, so
Who's stronger, Heliodor or Gutera?
Heliodor has a 10 in strength.
Okay.
He is
hold
not
the rope.
strong.
I will hold the rope.
Okay. Right, so he's going first.
Estella, I think best you go first.
Okay. Yeah.
While these strong ones are still here.
Acrobatics roll for me, Estella.
Acrobatics, hell yeah. 21.
Estella
21.
seems pretty comfortable crossing over very tall sort of spaces with just a rope. They lived in the trees. This is quite normal sort of stuff for them. They seem to have no trouble at all getting over with it kind of held up at the right height. They kind of just monkey their way over. Yeah,
Was with me.
Thumb is on your shoulders, clinging
Yes.
on desperately. You know what, I'll roll to see how well Thumb holds on to you.
Oh,
Yeah, you command him to hold.
go-
Thumb
Don't
rolled a
want- let's
14,
go.
so he is holding on to you. Kind of slips a little bit at one point, but he's got like he's holding onto your dreads.
Ow.
So your head's a bit kind of tilted back. It's a bit uncomfortable, but he is holding on to you. Okay, Estella and Thumb are across. Who's going next?
It'd be better Karuk or Heliodor, or should we get the other 3 to get across first safely?
Heliodor will suggest the other 3 first.
Yeah.
So, the injured kind of half dwarven man will go first. He is going to roll acrobatics. He rolled an 18, so he, despite kind of having one hand not in particular order, he kind of climbs his way over by using like sitting on the rope and kind of just scuttling his way over, like pulling with his other arm to kind of butt shuffle over the rope. It takes a little while, but he manages to get over. Then it is the human man who rolls also an 18. Fuck me. Okay. So he doesn't have any trouble getting across either. And the human woman last, and she rolls a 2. So as she is making her way over, she gets about halfway, and her hand, she seems to be kind of like not gripping on maybe as strongly as she should be. Maybe she's just not strong enough.
She's that tired kind of thing.
Yeah. And there is a moment where all of you are watching her as she's making her way over, and she like lets go of the rope. And because she is halfway across the cavern, you're not able to reach her before she goes careening down the good 50 feet drop, and you hear a thump and a crunch.
Oh god. Dracera's gonna hold one hand up, like, instantly, just to be like, this is awful, but everyone shut the fuck up. Like...
I didn't even throw these ones.
See if the bugs come over.
Yeah.
You watch as a horde of them, of this green light, begins to amass underneath where the rope is hung over. As these bugs, beetles, whatever they are, begin to start making their way over the source of the noise. These hands kind of grasping at whatever clothing the human woman was wearing, kind of tugging on the fabric. You can hear kind of the burning, like the sizzle of acid on flesh, as they're kind of crawling all over her. Anyone getting over now is going to be at disadvantage on a stealth roll, as they are going to have to stealth as they acrobatics across.
They will still have the plus 10. No?
Already at disadvantage.
Okay, you still have the plus 10, but you will be at disadvantage. So, Horsoth is also already at disadvantage, so it's just Karik really that's a problem. And even then, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But Horsoth is kind of staring at the gap and being like, oh no.
Oh. Karik kind of holds a hand up, and he kind of comes up close to Dracera, like, so he can whisper a lot more easily. Should I shoot, like, an arrow or something over towards there to try and draw away?
You can try, but I think they're too busy eating, but maybe do it. Maybe have a go.
Right. So that's a yes then, ain't it?
Okay, so you're going to try and cause a distraction.
Yeah, so he's going to fire an arrow down towards, like, the farthest point down there.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
Fuck. It's a 13 minus 1.
Okay, so you ping off an arrow. It kind of seems to not hit at a direct angle and just kind of scrapes rock. So it doesn't make as much noise as you want it to make, and it doesn't seem to draw the attention of maybe more than 2 or 3 of them.
Okay. So who is next?
Horsoth will go. Not Horsoth, Heliodor. God damn it. So Heliodor's got to roll a stealth at disadvantage. Okay, so he got an 8 plus 10, which is an 18. And then an acrobatics. Oh dear.
No.
Oh dear. Okay. Heliodor starts to kind of make his way over, and right as he's about to kind of move his feet off of the edge of the ledge, his feet slip. Dracera, I need you. No, Dracera, you can't. You can't because your hands are full.
Yeah, I'm holding the rope.
Karik, you are close enough to do a dex check to try and, or dex save to try and grab him.
That +3, baby.
Plus 3, so it's a plus 10 in total for a dex save. That's a nat 20, so that's 30.
30. You are able to grab him as you watch, like, it's almost like a slow motion where all 4 arms grab any part of Heliodor that you can and drag him away from the edge. And he looks a bit frazzled, and kind of looking at you like, hey, thanks. Maybe, he's whispering. Maybe you should go first.
Oh, okay. I guess I go first then. Okay, so acrobatics and a stealth at disadvantage, you said?
Yes, yeah, acrobatics and stealth.
I'll go for acrobatics first.
So your acrobatics isn't a disadvantage, but your stealth is.
Acrobatics is an 18 plus 3, so
Okay.
21. Stealth. That's a 17 plus 7. In fact, oh no, I need to do a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
That's a 15 plus 7, plus 10.
So you very easily kind of scuttle over the rope. It's like web. It's very simple for you. You have no trouble getting over, and you are completely silent as you move.
Creek will move out of the way so he's not in any cunt's way getting a.
Heliodor's going to try again. So another acrobatics. Okay, that's a bit better. That's 14. And then stealth at disadvantage. Oh, 2 nat 20s. Dear God.
Nice.
So, 32. So he seems to kind of shake the nerves a bit as he makes his way over. It's a very slow process. It seems like he is kind of out of his depth doing this, but he manages to make it over, and seems glad to be on solid ground again when he reaches the other side. And they're all kind of staring back at Dracera.
Dracera's gonna face up across. She's done with this bullshit.
You face stepping, okay. So
Yeah.
just ping, and you manage to make your way across with no trouble at all.
Bang.
You are one person lighter. It seems like the human man is quite distraught, but he is one hand over the mouth, trying to keep as quiet as he can. Doesn't want to alert anything at your behest.
Creek will try and give him a bit of like comfort momentarily.
He doesn't really respond to you. But yeah, they are over and safe. It seems like the body is providing adequate distraction. So you are able to pass through the rest of the cavern and get out to where you were when you first saw the kind of adamantine ring that had been bored through in order to get into this section of the cave system. As you pull over, however, there is a slight gap that you will need to jump over.
Alright.
Oh, so we need to jump this bit here, or was it further down here that there's? Oh shit! I didn't see that bit.
Okay, so
I'm gonna skip over.
okay, so acrobatics.
Where is it?
Heliodor has no trouble. He
21.
rolled a 17, so he makes his way over. Okay, yeah, you just kind of hop over the shortest part of the gap. Yeah, no problems at all.
Fun. 6.
A 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Estella, you kind of go to move, and you kind of forget that trying to jump with something on you, aka thumb, is a bit harder than expected. And you kind of land a little bit short, so you are kind of hanging half into the chasm. I'll say as you kind of hit the stone, you take let's have a moochie. 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you bash into the stone. Is someone on the other side going to help her up?
Yep.
So, athletics, Dracera.
Mm-hmm.
Thumber's going to crawl up Estella's head and onto the side.
25.
Okay, you managed to haul Estella out of the gap. Okay, now it's just Karek and the rest of the crew.
Kariska try and get the others across, like the other two harbingers across first.
Okay.
kind of stand next to them, so it's like in case something happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand at the side because I know one of these fuckers is gonna gonna fuck it up.
Okay. So that is a 7 and an 11.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So the injured half dwarf kind of makes a jump and again kind of bashes into the side, and because they're missing, kind of effectively missing a hand, they're not really able to get a grip. But I will say, okay, if you're stood on the other side, that's a help action, so I'll give him advantage. Okay, a 15. I didn't mean to roll twice there. So you're able to pull them up, and then they're able to make it over. The human man gets advantage as well. He rolled that 1 on that one, so he rolled an 11 in total. And he's able to make it over barely. His feet kind of scrape and he almost loses his footing, but he does manage to land on the other side. Mare makes it over absolutely no issue whatsoever, because he's massive, and that's just a step. It's only a couple of feet.
It was an acrobatics again for going to approach.
Yes, yeah.
13 plus 3 is 16.
Okay, 16. You're able to make it over, no issue. Okay, you've made it over. You can see into the kind of dimly lit cavern ahead. I need to put some tokens in. Give me a hot second. Actually, you know what? We'll go on a break. We'll take a break while I sort that out. So, like 10 minutes, we'll be back in a bit, and we'll see how things go from then. Back shortly.
Bye.
Great. Okay. So you guys have entered back into the central cavern. You can distantly kind of hear people talking as you walk back in. You can hear kind of chatter and movement from inside the cavern ahead of you, but you can't see that far up yet. You can see a couple of torches are lit. Are you just wandering forward?
Yeah, wandering forward. I want to see Palos.
As soon as they see you, they can see, like you can see Palos like waving, big kind of smile on her face as she sees you, which seems to fall quite quickly as she realizes there's only 3 of you. And a handful of people that she doesn't know. The assistant seems to be scrawling something down in a book. She looks absolutely minuscule compared to Palos. But the 2 of them kind of, well, she ends up looking up and kind of waving. It's like you can hear her calling across the cavern.
Okay, so have you figured out a way over yet?
Not exactly.
Great.
She's
Ever helpful.
she's kind of chatting away to Palos briefly, and Palos seems to be kind of like nodding and listening, and she waves over to you to kind of join her at the edge, at the nearest edge, so this over here, as she kind of starts to make her way over. And she kind of kneels down and says,
I won't be able to do it all the way across, but I can do a little bit.
and she places her hands on the stone underneath her feet, and you watch as it begins to shift, and she casts stone shape and begins to build a bridge out of the rock. It seems to form of its own accord, sort of crystallizing clumps of sand and stone as it builds about 5 feet across, so you will only have to make a couple of feet jump over the gap.
Should I give it a go first?
So
Or
I'll add-
wait, 1 second. Krieg kind of looks round to Estella. Can you do something similar of that? You made stone beforehand, did not?
I was gonna ask if I could like join Palos and just make more.
Are you gonna make? Okay, you can make the other 5 foot of the bridge, and you can meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And you're able to, the 2 of you, as you cast stone shape as well. Is it stone shape?
No, it's performance of creation.
Oh, you're creating it. I see. Okay. So you are playing a little ditty, a little tune, and as you play music, apparating in this green light, begins to form this stone. It's a little more refined than Palos's kind of clumps, but the 2 meet, and you are able to build a bridge across the gap. Yeah, so there is now a sturdy stone bridge over the gap. And
Teamwork.
the assistant kind of makes her way over and is staring at it and goes, "Well, that was easy."
Magic is amazing.
They'll move kind of back to allow you guys across.
Yeah, bridge! Yeah!
Don't
Yes,
fucking
bro.
jump!
Krieg just
Fucking jumping!
Just
Exactly.
up to fucking Palos.
I'll say that for the sake of the roleplay, Heliodor's going to be busy kind of sorting out stuff to do with his mare. So he will be figuring that out and keeping kind of Horsoth company whilst you're managing whatever. You've got the other two kind of people with you as well. So, Palos immediately opens her arms up for a hug from Karich.
Appies. If Thumb can do it, so can I. Fuck you.
What, hugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like from Karich's point of view, it's like the similar way that Thumb would do it to us of the uppies.
Uppies. She picks, like, she grabs you, and as you kind of wrap your arms around her, she lifts you easily off of the floor, in a big kind of bear hug. I missed you.
I missed you too.
I'm glad to see you're okay.
She'll plop you back down.
Okay, you step out of the way because he knows that Dracera's going to want to pick up as well.
Palos offers her arms out to Dracera as well.
Dracera goes in for a hug, but it's kind of more like a... You know when you just need a hug? It's just sort of like a relief thing, like, oh my god, we've been through absolute fucking hell.
And you get a very kind of a gentle, kind of soothing pat on the top of the head as she hugs you.
She's like, it's okay now. Everything's gonna be alright.
Honestly, this time I don't think it will be Palos.
We'll sort it out. It'll be okay.
She sighs and looks at the assistant, who I'm assuming looks really just excited about this whole thing.
She is buzzing. She's kind of holding onto her little notebook and like she's kind of like bouncing on the spot, like anxious to get in there and have a look. Estella, you get Palos offers her arms out to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Get a hug. Hug time. So Palos gives you a big kind of scooping hug. She's very fluffy and warm, and she hugs you for a little while.
She's like, oh, you look really sad.
Just nod.
Oh, well, you don't have to be sad now.
Speak of the devil, and Heliodor will arrive. Aaron's here.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
You made it.
You made
to
it
the
anyway.
hospital.
We're about halfway through. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You managed to get through all the hard parts, and no one.
It's okay.
Well, one person died, but that's okay. It's okay.
You didn't die.
You didn't die because the party made sure that you stayed alive.
Yay.
Yay.
Cough, cough.
Cough,
hey.
cough. Oh, hey.
Hey.
I've been doing a fucking horrible accent for you this whole time. No.
Delightful.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Good.
Well,
Willie. Alright. So, for your sake, we'll give you a quick recap. You guys exited the cavern with the hand, and
Nice.
where there was originally magical darkness has been dispersed. Instead, there was a very, very large cavern that was full of very nasty bugs that you had to try and stealth through. There was quite a few dex saves and struggling to get through that, but you managed to make your way over. One of the 3 harbingers you took with you unfortunately fell to her untimely demise after slipping off of the rope and being munched by bugs. It was very unpleasant all round. But you have managed to make it back, and it seems that Arda have met you halfway. So as you've entered this large kind of empty cavern with a broken bridge, there is a large woman, maybe about 6'6", A Highland cow-looking esque lady with very thick, kind of blonde fur. Very, very gentle-looking cleric who has given everyone hugs as you've come back over the side of the cavern. She used Stone Shape along with the Stellar casting their creation magic to create a bridge over, so you were able to get over this chasm. And another Druyar, who is bright green and grinning ear to ear. Very, very small, about Dracera's height, maybe a bit shorter. Looks like just a bush on legs. Who is the assistant, who is very, very excited to be here, it seems. But yeah, you are now kind of just like catching up. And Palos is just giving everyone hugs.
You're not supposed to. No. You're the right height. You're not. You're too tall.
Palos is gonna offer you a hug. She's like,
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Hello. Hug not necessary. We'll do a handshake.
Okay.
and she offers you a very fluffy hand.
A successfully firm handshake.
Yeah.
Hello, person.
I'm
we'll
Palos. It's nice to meet you.
And same. It's ditto. Things like that. Hello. Thank you for the bridge.
It's okay. I like your bear.
Thank you. It's Mare. Mare is very beautiful, as you can see. Yes. Sorry. What's the plan now? Because this is, these are, who are these people? As I just kind of like look at the rest of the party.
This is other members of Arda.
Oh, I've heard of Arda.
Yes.
Arda, very nice. Fancy. Surprisingly.
The other Druyar is pointing at you.
You.
Who are you?
Oh, hello. Heliodor Feldspar. And we'll take a bow.
I know that name.
Oh, do you? The last one or the first one?
The
Or
last
both?
one.
You are indeed somebody who enjoys finery and the good quality items. Very nice.
She kind of gives you a look, but it's very difficult for her to emote. She doesn't really have muscles in her face, so she's just kind of staring at you. She's like,
Right. Well, good. We got another person. Where's the rest of them?
We did have an issue when we got through there.
You mean
We're
they weren't at the cave entrance?
You mean the people that were with you? No.
We were kind of hoping for the best. We had run in with Phaustos again.
if the assistant's expression could drop, it would. But she's just kind of looking at you like
the angel was here.
Okay, before we could actually try to do anything when we got through there, they cast something, and the others, they vanished somewhere. We were hoping it would be somewhere further back here, like a teleportation thing, but he's kind of easily, his head's kind of tilted down. He looks like he's getting more thinged up by himself. We are not sure exactly where they are now.
Okay. First course of action is search party. We'll organise that. You don't have to worry about that.
For the first time, despite the amount of times that she said, like, almost jokingly to you, like, don't die, she actually looks quite concerned. She sounds quite upset at the thought that people have actually gotten hurt or are missing.
Could I give a quick ask, actually? Was there any other kind of features of when they vanished, like a flash or something like that you could kind of describe?
It was like they stiffened up, and they were like staring into space, and then suddenly they just warped out of existence. It was like a teleport, but you don't know what it was.
You'll give another little kind of description of that part in there.
Surely we'll be able to find them with something. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out.
She seems to almost be talking to herself now, as she kind of moves away a little bit to think.
There's got to be something, right? They can't just have just vanished. They don't. That's not how people work. People don't just vanish.
I would agree. Teleportation is a thing. If we're looking at that, but did you see anything? When they went? Did we see any? Did you see any kind of magical symbols or anything? And Heliodor will kind of like direct this at the group, because Heliodor was on the other side of the cave when this happened.
Yeah.
No, there was nothing.
Unlike the teleport spell that Phaustos cast, or the Abyssal Actuary cast as they vanished, that left a sigil on the floor, there was nothing underneath the other characters as they left.
Oh, and assistant, there was another Druiar there.
She immediately whips round and looks at you. Another one?
Yes, their leaves were completely white. I don't know if you've seen anything like that before.
She seems to think, no,
I've not met a white one. To be fair, though, I've not met any of them other than you.
Don't know who they'd be aligned under. But there was also someone else, and Dracera sort of directs to Estella.
My dad.
my dad.
My dad.
Yeah, duh. Okay. What? Sorry, I've seen more Druiar than I've seen together in one place over the past hour than I have ever seen in my life. This is no, okay, it's a lie, but you just why is it what's happening? Why are you here?
She'll offer
I
you a
appreciate
hand.
you coming here, but why?
She offers you a hand and says that.
I'm the assistant. I help run Arda.
Ooh, have I heard that name?
Yeah, you would have. You would have heard it in passing from the person that you know in Arda.
Oh, I know about you.
You didn't know she was a Druiar?
I didn't. It's kind of like a look of kind of like wonder, but also like confusion in Heliodor's eyes. Is kind of like up and down, like right. No, I know of you. You conduct research. A lot of it, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm an inventor.
So am I.
And you watch as she just gets a little bit closer to you. The eyes are just kind of staring at you. And unlike Dracera, her eyes are like pitch black. So she's just staring like into your soul.
Oh, those are like the bottomless void, aren't they? Do you want to cast him over Mare over here? And we'll point at Mare.
She makes a noise. It's almost like you know when somebody meets their idol for the first time and they're just like she's like fangirling, like making this squeak, and she just runs over and immediately starts like looking at Mare with avid interest.
Oh, aye, right. Hold on. Let me just. Heliodor will like come over and like pull out his tools and be like, right, you'll need this number screwdriver and this, and like is like starts going over Mare with the assistant.
Okay, so you two are chatting artificery.
Yeah.
Fab.
Physics.
Palos is gonna make her way over to Estella and give her give Estella another hug, and just kind of this time rather than like the kind of the standing hug, like she gets onto her knees and to your height and hugs you properly.
She's like, we'll find him. It'll be okay.
I hope so.
Just lots of pats and taking care of Estella. Are you doing anything else? You've still got two people who are kind of very awkwardly, uncomfortably stood behind you.
Pelos, when you have a minute, he kind of comes back over to the one that has the arrow sticking out his hand. Kind of like, just might need a little help with this.
Palos will
When
kind
you-
of give it a look over.
She's like, oh dear, that's quite nasty. Oh, okay, I can fix that, don't worry. We should probably go back to town and we'll do it there.
And you can fix Zach too, right?
She's kind of looking around like,
Is that the tall one that went with you?
Yes.
Oh,
They
they're
broke their
okay?
leg. They're in a jar.
What?
They're in a jar.
Okay. What does that mean?
We'll show you when we get out, but honestly, I'd rather see the back of this place for now.
Agreed. I've been in here for about a week. It's not exactly my favourite place in the world anymore.
I like windows. This place has no windows. I don't like that.
the assistant.
That's fair.
Daylight. The assistant is gonna poke Heliodor on the nose
And say, okay,
Oh,
I'm going to go and look at the adamantine because I'm really excited about it.
aye. Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I might
It's delightful.
I might see if there's anything left because I want to take some
Ooh.
back with me.
Wait,
take a look at.
wait. Before you go, there are creepy bugs back there.
Oh, I can handle that. That's no problem.
There are 5 or 6 of them eating a person.
Oh.
Oh.
There are many.
Okay, well, I'll take a tea with me.
And then, like, across the room over here, you notice there's a kind of a group of people in blue uniform, all of different kind of ilk. So stood waiting for the assistant.
She's like, they'll stay with me. And Palos can take you back to town. And then we'll all meet up and we'll have a chat and we'll figure out what happened and it'll be great. And I'm going to look at this bear when I get back.
Okay.
Oh, also, just for about the adamantine. Take a look at the way that they've done the structuring in there. The reinforcements are incredible.
Structuring in where?
In the hand.
There's a
The
hand?
inside. I know.
And she
Is
is
the
just
hand
like
of order?
beaming. She looks around to you. She's like, "What?"
Aye. Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about. No, way back there, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful piece of engineering.
You've never seen her more kind of ADHD than this point. She is like buzzing on the spot. She's like, "Oh my god!" So she's like so excited. She's like, "Okay, I need to go. We need to go." And she's like pointing at the people across the room and like hurrying them, like, "Come with me. We need to go.
I'll talk to you guys later. See you later. Oh, I've got something for you, Kariki, as well.
And she is going to quickly, as she kind of makes her way past you, kind of shove something into your hands. And she's like, she smiles at you and says,
Because of you, we might be able to actually track where the others of these might be.
Oh,
We might be able to get one up on the harbingers before they're able to find them, or where they've taken them. We might be able to find them.
oh, he's got looked down. I'm gonna guess it's his amulet.
Yes.
Does he? Can he completely know about what they got away with from the hat?
You were not close enough to see it. No.
Right. So he's not gonna.
You were across the room when they pulled it out and vanished.
It was more of a what was it described to him after he got across. But I'll say at the minute he's not, so he's not going to say anything.
Okay.
So he doesn't know.
Okay, great. Bye. And she is going to hurry over the bridge that you two have made and run off with 5 people quickly kind of hurrying after her to make sure that she doesn't get herself injured or anything like that. Skipping away.
Falls straight into
into the hole.
Oh, God.
Grace's just gonna call after her, like quite in quite a relieved tone of just thank you. Each time you got this thing like held to his chest.
Delightful woman. And Heliodor starts putting the panel back onto Mare.
Mare kind of gives you a grumble as you're fixing him up.
Ooh, shush, there, you're fine.
Horsoth is still laid over the top of Mare.
You'll be fine.
So he's awake, but he's a bit kind of out of it. But if you guys want to, as there is no more checks that you will need to make on the way out of this cavern, and you are being escorted out by big old nature cleric Palos, she will take you back into town, unless there is anything else you want to do while you are in here.
No, I'm pretty
I'd rather
good.
fucking see the back of this place.
I'd like to get to town.
I do not want to stay here.
The only thing I'll say is going back, I think Karuk, on the way back, you'll notice he kind of seems to get a bit more down as they kind of go back, and he kind of tries to keep his distance from the 2 harbingers they're going back with. And he's going to try and avoid a lot of the people in town.
Okay.
Because he's kind of the guilt of what, especially when he shot the guy coming inside without actually meaning to kill him.
Yeah.
It's starting to sink back into him. He's like, I will catch you all back with what did we call the bird again?
The bird.
Yeah, what do we call this one?
Squiff. Well, this one is Squiff, but you've had like Scooby and Shaggy that you left behind in the Underdark.
we don't have a choice of that. We don't have a chance of that. So he's gonna go back and kind of sit with Squiff.
Okay. Any of the rest of you wanting to do anything? Estella, are you good?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Is there anything else you want to do while you're here?
Is there anything I can do?
You might come up with something. I don't know.
Go check with the townspeople if you want.
The dead people?
The townspeople.
Okay.
The ones that are still alive.
You've got two people who were harbingers, who were made to be harbingers, just townsfolk who were threatened into being conscripted, who are trailing behind you. 2 out of the 3 that survived, because one of them unfortunately was munched by bugs.
Not me. Make that clear.
Oops.
Zach had a lot more health, hence why Zach didn't get completely murdered, but he was not looking good when you found him. Now you can see why.
We are heading out.
Okay, so
right?
Yeah, I will move you all over.
I guess it'd be. I think it might be. My only comment is, why is there a dead child?
You see, as you're walking out, and there's a young person who has an arrow through the head.
Oh, did you bury him?
Them.
You buried the person in the administrator's office. You didn't bury the harbinger.
Oh.
And we stared at these kids while we buried this corpse.
Oh no! Oh no! You slumped him up against a tree.
Yeah. So there's in the courtyard, there is a body slumped up against the tree with an arrow straight through the forehead.
Oh my lordy! What? By all that is creation, what on earth happened to that one?
Maybe don't speak so loudly about it.
Okay.
Krieg has a stealth, and he is
He's just hiding.
that's a 19 straight off. Would his pass without trace still be? Because that lasts for an hour.
It's still on, yeah. So Karik has
So
just
that's,
finished.
That's 29. He's vanished.
Nowhere
Oh,
to be
delightful.
seen. Okay, so I've got to open up
From
my
who?
fog
Why do I
report.
need to be quiet about? Wait, there's a lot of dead bodies back in there. What?
Okay.
Just-
Just don't mention this one.
Oh, okay. Right, cool. DM, where
So
do I
scroll
remember,
out of the map, and you should be able to find your tokens. Where do you
where
remember?
where do I remember putting, storing, my travel stuff? Cough, cough.
It likely
in this
would have
town?
been in where the party have holed up their bird.
Where's that?
So
Is that the red square?
you can see the
Yeah.
square, yeah.
Nice.
So that's where Curry left an alarm, which has since dissipated,
Zoom.
because it has been longer than that. So there is as Karik is walking back to where Squiff and their little car is set up, what does he see?
Oh, okay. Cool. So Karich, as you kind of like come around the corner and go into this kind of cart area, you can see that there are the kind of standard like mining town carts and stuff. But you can see to one side there is one much larger, very robust looking kind of like a traveler's caravan. Like it is big, it is quite plain, like it is not fancifully painted, but it has got some very kind of intricate looking carvings on it. But it's intermixed with this kind of, it's this dark wood with these thick metal bolts and like strips of metal all around with large thick bolts that kind of like hold together the corners and stuff. You can see on the side though there's what looks like kind of like hatches and things that open or flap down, and what looks like kind of like like those kind of tent awnings that are on the sides of buildings that you can sit with the little handle and unwind and they come out.
Yeah.
Kind of like there's something that looks vaguely similar to that on the side, and you can see that it is harnessed, and it's a decently sized looking caravan type thing, but it looks like it is robust, it's seen a lot, and it looks like it does a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's what you see.
So that's
Kind
a little extra thing that you see as you turn the corner.
I think he's a little too depressed to pay much attention to it, but he does look it over after like kind of realizing I didn't notice these beforehand. Okay, that is interesting.
Squiff seems
Big
to
old
have
cheese
missed you.
He sits down with Squiff. He sits down just like kind of sits into the side of Squiff, kind of like half petting, half giving it a kind of comforting hug for himself.
For reference
Kinda
for
like
Arend, Squiff is effectively like a chocobo. He's a big bird ostrich
Oh.
thing that is used
Oh.
to carry the cart.
Oh my lord! Wow.
It's a big fluffy
I
black
love
bird that likes that is very very large and is used mostly as like a what are they called
A
A
mule
draft
sort
horse?
of thing.
yeah, like a draft horse kind of type thing. Yeah,
Okay, but 2 legs and
two
Yeah,
legs and black,
black. Sorry,
fluffy.
beautiful. I
We
love
had 2 more of them beforehand. They were called Scooby and Shaggy. They're probably dead now.
it.
We don't know. They ran away.
Sure they did. Sure. If that's what you need to tell yourself at night.
So you finally, it takes you a little while to kind of walk back, as you do have a few injured folks. But you managed to make your way back into town, and it seems like there is definitely a presence of people in these blue uniforms here. They've sent quite a handful of people, at least maybe sort of 5 or 6 walking around town, and then 5 that were with the assistant as she pelted off into the tunnels, who have been gathering up the people that were left in Freywick, and making sure that people have had food and are well, and that they've got assistance moving to another town should they need it.
Wow.
There is 2 young-looking boys, teenagers, who seem to be like glued at the hip. One of them is wearing the same uniform that you were forced into wearing while you were there, Heliodor.
Delightful.
In this long kind of grey, black, and purple robe. Long blonde hair, and they kind of smile and wave at the party as they come back.
Ooh,
So it
nice.
seems to be Victor and Braid have been reunited because you did not kill him,
Aye, they didn't.
which is good.
They didn't. Mm,
Um,
I'm glad.
seems like Horsoth's family, the dwarven lady that Estella met, known as Joanne, and her, what looks to be like a 4-year-old, like, dwarven child, kind of sat in her arms, called Vethin, who are both absolutely delighted to see Horsoth back in one piece.
There you go.
They are going to avidly, like the lady comes over and avidly shakes your hand and says, "Thank you so much."
Oh, no worries, no worries. Just maybe. Oh, look after him. He's fine.
He's looking a little rough around the edges, but he's definitely not as bad as he was, because of Thumb's help, and I believe Karee gave him cure wounds as well.
Maybe just get him some new clothes. I think.
Yeah, he's looking quite rough.
Some new clothes and a nice night's rest. I'll do him good.
She will thank the rest of the party as well. She'll go around and kind of offer handshakes and hugs, and she looks a little teary-eyed seeing her husband back in one piece. She offers for the party to stay overnight in their manor, because they have a large house, because they are the foreman's family, and this town is almost exclusively a mining town. So she offers for you to stay for dinner and have somewhere to rest for the night before you travel off in the morning.
Aye, that sounds delightful. How do you feel about that, you lot?
I do need the rest, if that's all right.
It's somewhere that's not outside. I'm sure you're perfectly welcome to stay with us.
Leave.
Thank you.
All my slots are gone.
All your sluts are gone. Wow.
Oh, your sluts are gone. God, Stella getting these whores, no.
A slip of the fingers if ever I saw one.
Oh no, did I say a word?
And Palos says that there is a small camp for the other Arda folks who have come here as the relief team outside, so should you need that as well. They've got some supplies, not many, but enough that they've been kind of dispersing things around town to make sure that people are well kept. But Joanne seems adamant that you stay for dinner, while she helps to patch up Horsoth.
Oh, Palos, would you be able to heal Zach now?
Oh, in the jar?
Yes, we'll take Zach out of the jar, and then
What?
the jar.
The jar.
Okay, that doesn't help. Why have you got? Have you blended a man and put him in a jar? What?
I don't think I can get him out yet.
You
What?
What?
you
What?
lift up the little statue, and
That is not a jar. That's a statue.
it is a tiny little statue with a hinge on the
jar.
top of it. that seems to kind of lift the head off. It looks like some kind of bottle.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's pretty.
Thank
Very
you.
pretty. Wow, that's very nice.
Stella, roll me an Arcana check.
Release our Thembo.
Nah.
17.
So you're aware that if you talk on the outside, that the people within the jar can hear you.
Right.
So you can talk to Zach, but you won't be able to hear Zach back. And Zach, if Zach is willing, can leave the jar on their own.
Someone tell him that he can leave.
Okay.
Oh,
Zach, you can come out now. We've got healers.
what? Is it a
You just see
sentient-
Dracera talking to a fucking
She
a
is
little
not going
wooden
to
bottle.
elaborate.
Yeah. Heliodor is just looking like, these people are crazy.
Well,
You're
tell them there's a
talking-
door.
You're talking to a statue.
There's a door.
There's a door. There's a door in the statue. Oh, okay.
Yes, of course there is.
There's like 30 seconds of
Oh,
nothing
yeah,
happening.
It makes so much sense, doesn't it?
Sarah
Oh.
just stares, waiting. She does not move.
There is a sudden bright flash of green.
Ah!
And suddenly a 6'4", blonde-haired, muscle-bound barbarian appears.
Oh.
Sat on, lands quite heavily on the floor as if they were stood up, but the weight of it cannot be supported on a broken leg.
Oh God.
And they collapse in a heap. They're like, oh, that worked. Hello. Whoa, we're not in the cave anymore.
We're not.
No.
Oh, are you okay? Where? Okay, I have many questions. Do you live in there?
No. Who? Hello. I don't know you.
I don't know you either. Hi.
Hi.
Um,
I'm Zachary.
I'm Heliodor Feldspar. You have a very fucked up leg.
You can see the bone is kind of sticking out of the side of their knee. It has
Oh.
been partially wrapped and partially healed, but there isn't an awful lot that magic can do to fix a break that bad.
Hey, if you need a new leg making, my services are available.
Are you gonna cut my leg off?
No, I won't.
No. We're gonna heal you. It's fine. Don't worry. And the Dracera just looks at Heliodor like, dude, don't freak Zach out like that. They're a Thembo.
This Thembo's fine. I just kind of, Heliodor just kind of looks back and shrugs
It's a pretty nasty break. It is a very nasty break. Palos is gonna kneel down next to him and just kind of look it over.
Tomorrow I can give you my card if you need it.
What's the card gonna do to fix my leg?
Oh no, it won't be to fix it. It's so that you've got a way to contact me and some of my information, so that if you do require my services, you can find me and do it.
You make legs.
I make many things. I make this, and I point at Mare. This is Mare. Currently
Heliodor,
Aye.
no offense. I don't think now's the time for self-advertising.
Why no? There's no danger, and they've got a healer on them.
Yeah, but their leg is, and then she just gestures to the...
Aye, it's
Can
more
we-
broken than trodden on grass. Aye,
but let's let Palos do her thing, right? And then we'll see if they'll need your services.
aye, okay,
Brilliant.
okay,
Okay.
fair.
Cool. Yep.
Do you want to pet the bear, Zach?
I want to pet the bear.
Wonderful. Mare, cuddle time.
Mare,
And
it's getting real close.
yeah, I think kind of lays down on Mare's side. Mare will lay down on its side and expose underbelly.
Oh,
And it's all mechanical, but it's I think it's brushed. It looks like brushed metal, and it is oddly soft to touch.
seems like it's working as a very good distraction whilst Palos is kind of poking at his knee. because his leg's not looking so great. So he's getting a kind of a gentle petting, effectively, as Zach is like, oh, I like bears. He's
Aye, they're the best.
very gently patting this metal bear, and it seems to be kind of like almost like purring, with like the whir of the magic through its system. So it sounds almost like it's enjoying it, even though it's just
Very nice.
a noise. Palos is just, oh,
You poor thing. Oh dear. Oh, your poor leg.
she's trying to do her best, but she manages to roll pretty solidly on a medicine roll. And she is going to wrap it and reset the bone. So after a few moments, you hear,
Okay, Zach, I need you to just grit your teeth, okay?
and he's like, okay, yeah. And you hear this crunch as she just snaps the bone back in, with an awful kind of shift of her shoulder as she jams it back in, and you hear Zach just kind of, okay, all right.
Just stroke the bear. Just stroke the bear.
Bear. As he's getting it reset. But at least with it set in place, she's able to wrap it a lot more solidly. And with assistance, Zach is able to walk. But he is going to be out of action in terms of coming with you guys on other adventures for a little while whilst that heals.
Very
No.
nice. Oh.
My favourite! Well, joint favourite with Palos. But... no! Okay, that's fine.
Very nice. Sorry, I'm not sure if I caught all your names again. I've got Drosera, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I don't think I've got the other. I don't think I've got you two. May I ask your names?
Karik is not with you.
Oh, damn.
Estella
Where
would
the-
just sign their name.
Ah,
I'm Estella.
nice. Heliodor signs back. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, finally. Someone who can speak from.
It's nice to meet someone who can talk in the same language as you.
All the other ones are gone.
Heliodor will sign back and be like, it's just such a useful language, right?
It is.
I can talk to people across a room without having to wreck my voice.
Yeah, I can't talk.
Oh, apologies.
Oh no.
Oh no. Apologies.
Yeah,
Still a
as
very
you're
good
now
language.
looking around, you can't see the spider anywhere.
Where's your spider friend?
Oh god, did we lose someone else too? I can't handle.
Karik did tell you that he was going to be with Squiff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on Karik.
I'm gonna go get some food.
Yeah. So
Feast time.
Joanne is gonna go and make you some food, so you've got a little time to kill whilst you're waiting for her to make
Ooh.
food for you.
Oh, I'm gonna go check if any of these fucking harbingers have stolen anything from my fucking camp. Heliodor, I guess I kind of like walks towards the manor house and then like heel turns towards does like a heel turn immediately towards the carts.
So I'll
Could
move
check on-
these guys over.
I can check on the
Whee!
brothers.
On the brothers, you're gonna go and check and see how they're doing, okay?
Yeah. I think they only know Estella and no one else really. Or at
Okay.
least a little.
So we'll start with Drosera. Drosera, as she's kind of making her way back down. There's like an air of calm here now. It's not like that tense discomfort that was there when you first arrived. This place seems like it's received the relief team that it needed, and you are now kind of just being able to walk through town and feeling almost like there's a bit of comfort there now. Like this seems like a peaceful place, despite the knowledge that the Harbingers have gotten away with something pretty bad. at least knowing that you've got support here now feels a bit better. You make your way down towards where you remember leaving Squiff and the cart, and you see Karich with Squiff, who's kind of got their legs tucked underneath them and they're sat down, and they've got their head in his lap, and they seem very peaceful with Karich.
Drosera just watches for a few seconds to see how Karich's doing.
Craig is he's kind of sat there. He's kind of a he's worked his way a little bit kind of into Squiff's feathers a wee bit. Like so his back's into he's kind of like say clapping the back of Swift's head with one hand, another one kind of sat on his neck, and then the other two are kind of he's not put on the amulet he was given. He's kind of got it held in both hands, kind of like up at his chest a wee bit. And he's kind of just zoned out, just staring blankly, kind of a... I'd say if he was sitting up against Squiff here, he'd be kind of like looking this way, say, towards the side of the hut kind of thing. He's kind of just sat there a bit, yeah, fairly blank. He's not really noticed you come round, which is out of character for him.
Hey, Karich, mind if I join you for a little bit?
You kind of see like his head jolts a wee bit. You know, like when you've got a bit of a shiver up the spine. So, Kale, I don't mind. I'd rather not be seen by the others in town right now.
She makes her way over and sort of sits next to him with her back against the wall. How are you feeling? I know it's a stupid question, but...
I'm just kind of glad we got them out of there. Somewhat, well, we got out of there somewhat unscathed. The other, I worry about the others, and I didn't mean it. I didn't mean for that to happen going in there.
Look, you didn't know.
No, I mean, at the entrance, the boy, the one I shot at the entrance.
Well, Karich, none of us knew that they were children. None of us thought that any of these guys were, you know, just civilians.
No, it's not. I didn't even. Being told that they were talking with the other one. It felt kind of obvious. I didn't mean to kill him. He was young. He still had
I know. It's a difficult thing to go through your mind. I can't understand how you're feeling about it. But again, you know, they used children against their will, and why were we to think that they would even do that?
That is somewhat what makes me feel this way. Is I have children. I've taken from someone else who may still be in town what.
But what you've also done, Karich, is you saved people in the mine as well.
I guess so. I would just rather. It was just an instinct of what happened. It didn't have to happen exactly that way. None of this did.
But I guess this is the start of something bigger. But you did save those people back in the mine. You know, I usually, when I go into a fight, I enter to finish the fight, but you held back. And you've done your best, and you've learned from that situation. And I know that we can't bring him back, but we can take this going forward.
He gives a kind of short nod. He kind of like looks down at kind of the amulet in his hand, kind of the amulet doesn't exactly seem to be helping in the same kind of thought process, if that makes sense, because it just reminds him of his family.
Do I recognize this amulet as similar to the one that I saw in the cave?
Given that you've seen it so recently, it is the spitting image.
Correct. That amulet.
Oh, what about it?
Do you know what that is?
Us, after assistant studied it for a while, she said it was some sort of key.
That is the exact same thing that they had back in the cave.
What? It kind of like looks down at it, kind of inspecting it a bit, just like, what? What?
Those are one of the keys. The keys to opening up a doorway. Maybe a doorway to the... Oh god.
That one was... I mean, where I find this in... I find it years ago, and it was not under, like, the same kind of, like... It was not in the same kind of situation. I mean, it was kind of in Buried. It was like a... The place I find it reminded me a bit of Arda.
Gisera places her hand over the key and like looks around her, like there's been a sudden shift in energy. Karik, you can't tell anyone that you have this, or else they're gonna come after you.
He's kind of just staring at her now.
Karik, do you know what the Waiting Dark is?
Waiting Dark?
It's one of the angels. It's locked away in another plane of existence, and I believe that they are trying to use these keys to get the Waking Dark into our plane.
But no, it can't be. It was... I mean, I just find it when I was exploring places. I mean, it's my family's good luck charm.
About this time, Heliodor kind of comes around the side of the of where the stable kind of is. Humming away to himself.
Heads over to the large cart, the large like wagon-looking thing, and basically like climbs up in front and goes, "Oh, hi." That looks emotional. Do you want some tea if the bastards haven't stolen it?
Gisera's hand is still completely covering the key, and she's just staring at Heliodor.
I'll make some tea. Just like pulls off some keys from a pocket and like rattles through to find the right one for the door. kind of like is there for an awkwardly long time. Just kind of like,
It's like jingling.
Not fucking moving.
Where's
Deal.
the fucking key? Which fucking one?
ah, shit, which one was it? Shit. This
Where's,
is really
where's my
awkward.
fucking glasses?
Oh.
Where's my glasses?
The goggles come down. Like, oh, fuck. Like, okay. And opens up the inside, and we'll probably like step in and be like, "Tea'll be a couple minutes." And we'll like probably as I've forgotten what my brain. Oh damn it. Okay, cool. Heliodor kind of like lights one or two of the candles inside, and we'll do a quick check around to see if anything's been stolen by the fucking bastards. Is there anything
Investigation
missing?
check, please.
Yep, I can do that. Oh, I can use my. Oh god, which dice do I use? This one. Investigation is pretty good. Oh, it's not so good.
The chamomile is gone.
God damn it!
You know, while you're doing this, I'll be 2 wee seconds.
Alright.
That's a 12.
Okay, so you start kind of rummaging around inside. It doesn't look like anyone's been through your stuff because the door was locked. And it doesn't seem to be any kind of break-ins.
Nice.
Though
Good.
you can't find a lot of the tea, and you suspect that's mostly just because you have misplaced it when you were busy
Damn.
doing something else.
Oh, damn. Okay. All I can find is lavender. Oh no, not lavender. Lavender and juniper. Ugh. What? It might have to be hot water.
I like water.
Hot or cold?
Cold is fine.
Cool. Just kind of comes outside with a tankard and kind of like looks around
Just Sarah.
and takes a scoop of snow and goes back inside.
Back.
Just Sarah, how are you trying to fully cover the key from Heliodor?
Well, she was just covering it up to like see if anyone was around, but her hand is still there, and she's just sort of thinking about like, is it worth showing him? Maybe.
Heliodor,
Right.
roll me a perception check.
No, I mean, okay, but my passive is
Garbage.
so bad. Sure,
Same.
why not? Okay, insight. Oh god. 9.
Wow, same as your passive. So you
Damn.
can see
Called out.
you can see Dracera sitting in a kind of awkward position with her hand on Carice, but it just kind of looks like she's holding his hand.
That's gonna be bad for your back if you stay like that. And just like goes back inside and starts melting the snow on a pot on like a little stove. Just melting the snow to make cold water.
There isn't any snow. I unfortunately have just not been able to
Damn.
do a better map.
Damn,
So
I find a water skin.
you just pour some water out. Like lukewarm is the best you'll get.
Cool. And like, well, I wanted cold. I thought I needed to melt snow. It's just ashy around here. It's fine. Just pours out some water into a tankard, into
What is
3
snow?
tankards, and
What
comes
is
over. Here you go.
Deshaun's gonna take the cup and like put one finger in it and just leave it there.
Huh. Oh, I think I understand, but I also don't. If you'd
Plants,
like,
man.
I don't work with nature. That's my brother's job. Do you want?
Oh, God, I
Heliodor
just
kind of
got
like
that.
reaches behind. No, thank you. Reaches behind him and pulls out like a bottle of wine. Do you want some of this afterwards? It's good stuff.
Is alcohol?
Aye.
That makes me feel really rough.
Really rough.
No, the heart might explode.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
It make everything seem really fast.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that's the point. In some cases, but
Not in nice way.
oh yeah. No worries then. I think I've got the weird lavender tea.
Lavender and juniper. Ooh.
Lavender and juniper. Ugh. I don't know, maybe. Are you better at looking for things?
Kale?
If you wanna have a go at trying to find some tea in there, I'll make you tea. Other than lavender and juniper, because nobody deserves that.
He kind of looks over at Dracera again. Kind of, oh, what is tea again?
Dracera, you also don't know what tea is.
Yeah, I don't. Sarah just looks at Kareem,
Oh,
looks at Heliodor, and is just like, it's a letter.
okay, you're correct and wrong at the same time.
God damn it.
Do you not know what tea is?
People apparently tell me that I have they accuse me to have been living in a hole my whole life, so apparently not.
Oh well, I mean, I've literally lived under a rock my whole life, so
I legitimately have as well.
Oh, fantastic! Very nice. Okay. Do you want to try tea? It is basically crushed, dried, and chopped leaves that you steep in water, and it releases the flavorings inside them.
Kareem kind of awkwardly just looks at Dracera.
Yeah, Heliodor, as he said, just kind of like looks at Dracera, and kind of like looks at the hair, kind of. I wonder.
Yeah. Well, I eat leaves sometimes.
Would you like to try drinking leaf juice?
I will try the leaf juice.
Wonderful.
Now here's an out of character question. If Dracera sat in hot water, would it make the hot water into tea?
Oh.
Every time you're getting a bath.
I don't think she's ever taken a hot bath.
Especially not a boiling hot bath.
Well,
I do not think sitting in boiling hot water would be good for you, Dracera. Our character.
But Kiri, you've got more eyes than me, and I think could you try and find it in there? It's basically just it's a small mason jar that's that's full of kind of like powdered leaves. It looks kind of like dark brown. It should have a label on it as well that says tea.
I can have a look for you.
Thank you. Just mind the sharp things.
If Karika's getting up, Dracera's gonna take the key out of his hands.
He seems very hesitant at first, but he does kind of let go and let you take it after like a second of almost hesitancy.
Right. Do you want to have a pew? I think I've got some chairs. And
Okay.
I think Heliodor starts walking over. I assume I've probably not noticed that with my appalling 9.
With your god awful perception, no.
Yeah. And like goes over to one of those little compartments on the side, pulls out the ring of keys again, and like kind of jangles about until he opens the side and pulls out these perfectly like flat packed into this box chairs that unfold, and sets them out. And a little table comes out as well. It's like a little wooden garden set.
Kareem will step inside with his 21 passive perception.
Just with your passive, I will
Lord.
like you look around and you almost immediately see like little tubs. It seems like glass jars with a variety of different coloured leaves, ground up mostly. In like a row on the top shelf. Because you're slightly taller than Heliodor, you're able to see them as you walk in.
Yeah, you can see there's like a small set of like wooden steps that's to one side that seems to be able to move about. Also, this room is this little cabin thing. You can see that there's another door at the end, but like this small area is very. It's not well organized, but you know that if it was, it would store everything beautifully. And like it's got like a lovely cushy bench on one side, and on the other side there is a workbench that is like covered in oil and bits and stuff. You can see that there's like kind of a small barrel and a brewing kit on one side that's kind of half taken apart. And like there's just bits. There's just bits kind of
There's
everywhere.
shit everywhere.
He's a
Yeah,
fucking
there's
hoarder.
Yeah, there's like
As
tools
a man
all over
who
the
has
walls.
worked in many a workshop, I know this exact thing.
Yes, yes, you know exactly what it is. Very nice. Yeah, there's like there's a small in one corner there is a small like log burner that has like on the top it's kind of got like the cooking attachments, so like you can like put 2 pots on it and do cooking on it.
It is deceptively big, but also you are significantly smaller than most people, so it
you,
works
good
for
size.
small people. For example, if Palos tried to get in there, she wouldn't be able to.
I'll say though that Creek walks in. How many jars is there? Like with tea in it?
Like 6 or 7.
I'll say he reaches up with all 4 arms and just picks up all of them.
Nice.
He doesn't know which. He comes back outside and you just see like 4 hands to like cut like 2 jars on each of them. Just like
Oh,
are these ones you are on about?
aye, that is. Apart from those 2, that one's tobacco and that one's halfling weed. So
Pipeweed!
Pipeweed. What would you like? Would you like dwarven breakfast? Would you like chamomile? I've got all sorts really. What kind of would you like to try? That's for you too, Drosera.
Drosera, what are you doing whilst they are busy?
Vandalism.
I think she might be
Never
okay.
BRB. She just
Oh,
got
she's
rid of
BRB.
it.
Hello.
Damn.
What are you doing whilst these 2 are faffing around getting tea?
Tea.
I am looking at that fucking key.
Are you investigating it?
Yeah, fuck it.
Go on then.
Tea while we tea.
I got shit investigation. Oh no, I got zero. Well, that's no shit. But whatever.
Oh.
13.
Okay, so you're kind of looking it over. You're trying to kind of piece together information based on what you saw and what was in the caves when you were in the mine of Freywick. It's got a similar kind of patterning to the construction of the hand, which implies this also belonged to one of the automata. You're not quite sure which, because looking at it, there's nothing that gives it away, and you don't know what effect it might have. You don't know whether or not it's still powerful, whether or not it's got any magic at all, whether it needs to be powered by something. You just know what it is.
Can I understand the engravings? Is it the same?
It's the same engravings.
Okay. Interesting.
There's only 2 other options as to what or who it could belong to. It's either the Titan of the Visionary or the Titan of the Living.
Then potentially there are 3 keys.
It's a solid guess.
Is it a solid guess? Is that a yes? Are there 3 keys?
It's a solid guess.
I think there might be 3 keys, boys. Potentially 3 keys.
If you had the ability to understand magical items better, you'd maybe have a better chance at figuring out the information to do with this. Either that's something that the assistant did, or maybe she didn't and she's just figuring it out based on her own research.
Yes, if there's anyone with a good spell that could work it out, wink wink, it would be very appreciated, wink wink.
Wow. The meta
Subtle.
pigeon.
Cuckoo, motherfucker.
So while you guys are sorting out tea, we're gonna slip back to Estella.
That's fair.
Archimedes!
No. Estella, you have Thumb with you, and he is just holding onto your hand and plodding along next to you. What are you up
What a
to?
good little fella. I was gonna check up on the twins.
So, they are currently being kind of spoken to by an Ardra associate who is in like long kind of blue robes, a tall, what looks like a lady. She looks a little familiar to you. Somebody that you've seen before, you've even spoken to before. You recognise her to be the Mothling woman, Valia, that you met when you were in Farthel.
Oh, she's all the way over here.
She is she's not too far away from you currently. So she's talking to them. She kind of gives them a couple of it looks like rations, and she's passed them some blankets and things that they might need, and she kind of leaves them to it. And Victor recognizes you and kind of drags Braid by the arm, and the two of them kind of head over to say hi. It's two kids about your age, both of them the spitting image of each other.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids. And Thumb is pointing at Braid and then looking up at you, and he signs, that's the person from the mine.
It is. Yeah, you're from the mine. That's what he said.
And have you cast your subtitles?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I assume
Adorable.
that with anyone I just cast subtitles with.
they have a cantrip that allows them to subtitle their palms so people can read what they're saying.
Fucking brilliant.
So they are
That's amazing.
currently subtitling, I believe, in Common in Selren. So you are, and Braid kind of smiles a little uncomfortably at you, and you're like, "You're the person from." Oh, yeah. I'm glad you're okay. Where are your friends?
They ran off somewhere. I don't know. Are you doing okay?
I've been better. And Victor kind of puts an arm around Braid's and smiles and says, "You brought him back. I'm so grateful."
It's okay. I know how much family means a lot.
Did you see our father?
Your father?
And they kind of look at each other, and Braid kind of just gives a gentle shake of the head, as if he hadn't quite broken the news yet. And Victor kind of, his face falls. Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just glad I still have my brother.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Oof.
I'm sure everything will be okay in the end. At least you have each other to look out for. Just stay together, please.
Braid kind of nods and says, I'll take care of him. Yeah, I wish we could have brought home more people, but I suppose it's over now, right? You ended it?
Not technically. We still have to do a bunch of things, but I don't think you need to be involved anymore.
Braid kind of nods and says, I think I should stay here and stay with Vic. Is he apparently shot one of you with the crossbow.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing shot.
And Vic kind of smiles a little. I didn't mean to shoot them, but yes, I did shoot them. And Braid kind of slaps him around the back of the head, and he's like, they were trying to help you.
No, that yeah, I'm sure they would, they'd be glad that you're okay as well. They didn't make it out. They might be somewhere, but we don't know where they are.
We'll keep looking, just in case. We'll stay here and clean up after everything's done. Because a lot of people didn't come back, but it's okay. He seems a little distant, as if he's recalling what he saw outside the mine with the person that he was posted with. It seems like Braid is the last surviving member of that group that was sent up there. And he is, at 14, having seen the carnage of Curry shooting a guy through the head, he is a little shell-shocked.
He's very sorry about that.
It seems like he doesn't really know what to say. It's not like it's not okay. He's definitely
Right.
not like, it's fine. It's more of a, it happened, and now we have to just keep going.
Right.
And Thumb is starting to kind of drag on your hand, Estella, as if they seem like they want to go somewhere.
Okay, you two take care of each other, please. And I'm gonna go where this guy wants to go. All right?
And as you walk past, you see Vic kind of grab you by the arm, and he puts something in your hand, and says, "This is all I had spared, but this is to say thank you for bringing him back." And he's given you 10 gold.
No.
It's like, this is most of my family's savings, but honestly, I don't think we're going to need it.
No, I think you should keep it and save it for yourself and your brother.
We have enough.
Are you sure?
He nods.
Okay, thank you.
So you can add an extra 10 gold to your inventory.
Richer than everyone else.
And Thumb is going to start kind of dragging you in the direction of Horseth's home. Because he's signing at you, they're making food, and you should eat.
I mean, okay. I mostly just want to sleep.
Thumb says, I will protect you.
Yeah, I'll protect you too.
Because Thumb doesn't need to sleep, so he'll just stay up all night with his little knife and protect you. And you see he keeps kind of having to readjust where his hand's been chopped off. So he keeps having to kind of push it back on and retie the bandage that's holding it in place.
Can I try to tie that a bit better for him?
Yeah, he'll stay still if you ask him to.
Yeah.
And you kind of attach it a little more securely, because doing it with one hand, he's not doing a very good job of it.
Just go down on my knees and just like as if I'm doing his shoelaces.
He's your baby. And he will take you to Horseth's home, where Mare is kind of sat with Zach. It seems like Mare seems quite content with Zach just petting him. Horseth has been taken indoors and is being tended to. Palos and Zach are sat outside, and as you enter the courtyard, Palos smiles at you and says,
They're making stew and curry.
Oh, that's a lot of whole foods. Wow.
Yeah, so you are kind of waiting. You can smell these like rich kind of spices as Joanne is busy cooking indoors. Heading back to the rest of the party, what are you guys doing?
Tea.
You're just drinking tea. So what kind of tea have you made?
I think I've gone with because these two are new. I think we've gone for dwarven breakfast tea.
Yeah, I was gonna say Creek would. Whichever one you best.
To start you off, I think we're gonna go with the dwarven breakfast tea. It's gonna be the best one, the easiest to get into. If you want some milk, you can. I think my milk's probably gone off, so we might need to borrow some, but you don't have to have it with milk. And some sugar can be nice if you want it to be sweeter.
No, okay. How long will it take?
Oh, just till the water's boiled, then it'll just be kind of like brewing time, and that doesn't take very long at all.
Okay, I am going to go sit with Drosera till he's ready. Okay.
Okay, sure. I will insist that you come sit over here on my nice garden chairs, though, because I don't get to use them for company often. So, but I'll go make some.
No, carry on.
Ah, it's fine. I'll be inside if you need me till the tea's done. And Heliodor climbs up the steps and goes inside.
Yeah. Creek will say he'll come back. They'll be come back over when when it's ready. Can you come back over and sit back down next to Drosera again?
So, what do you think of Heliodor?
He seems nice.
You think he'll join us?
I am. If he has anything like assistance, I feel there's possibility, but I'm not sure if if he is interested in things assistant, I think he probably will.
Maybe it'd be good to have someone like him on the road instead of having to call the assistant up every 10 minutes when we've got something to tell her.
Poor woman.
Listen, I want to speak with the manager, okay? You cannot stop me.
You constantly want to speak with the manager.
Where do you think I got the name Creek from?
Oh no! Oh, how dare you!
Karen.
I'm joking, I'm joking. Again, what do you think? I talk with a closed nose.
For fuck's sake.
Drosera, as you're sat and kind of you're it's nice to see Kari kind of, as much as he can, smile a little. He seems to be a little bit distracted, and that seems to be helping. But you can feel a buzz in the back of your head. You can feel a quiet kind of hum, the thrum of magic as you feel Dylan's presence. He doesn't say anything, but it's nice to know that he's with you.
Oh, Papa.
Dad!
Puppy.
Drosera kind of, her face drops a little bit when she remembers that the Harbingers said they were going to pay him a visit. And she thinks about it for a minute before trying to brush it off.
You feel like a pressure across your chest where the amulet rests on you, and it feels almost as if he's giving you a hug.
She's still holding onto the key, and she passes it back to Karik.
He takes it quite he doesn't snatch it or anything like that, but he seems quite adamant to have it back at the same time.
He's turning into Gollum.
Mine. My precious.
Yeah, it's a little strange how adamant Karik is to get hold of that key again.
How long have you had this key?
Has been several years by now. So I not entirely understand what even years are until I kind of come to heart that we don't really have anything like calendar or anything that I would say years though. Not too many.
We might need to put it in something more secure in the future.
I could live with family.
What was that, sorry?
No.
You're breaking up a lot, Jack.
Oh, sorry. I could live with family, but
No, don't do that.
No. But I mean, every time I have, I mean, I have this with me. I mean, it's always kind of been a sign of good luck or anything else.
How many people know you have this?
You, the other party members, not so much. Assistant and administrator.
And do your family know?
Keo, every time I go home, it is one of the main we would put on wall as decoration.
Drusera's eyes widen, and she looks a bit more tense. Maybe we should. Well, maybe we should pay them a visit and make sure they're all right.
His head kind of quickly looks round us. I have wanting to do, but is not it is kind of out of way. Let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And my daddy, she is she is not entirely great with people. Let's say. She does not live. She has not really left home since we settled.
Fine.
She is beautiful, lady though. Very beautiful.
Well, I'd like to check up with them if that's all right.
It is something I would very much not disagree with. Again, I have been wanting to go back for some time now. I cannot say how long since seen. Exactly.
Drusera gives it a nod and looks over to the caravan, staring at it weirdly because she's never seen anything fucking like it. Awaiting her tea.
He said he wanted us to go over to his garden chairs, as he say. He says not often to get you company.
Garden chairs.
That is what he called them. I think the chairs that folded out from side of car.
Wow. Folding chairs. Amazing.
It's definitely not something you've seen before. You're a little unused to basic things such as that, especially the fact that almost everything is made of wood, and it feels a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says that while sitting inside a small wooden hut next to wooden car, wooden barrels and boxes.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people, especially in these sorts of towns, a lot of stuff is made of wood, and it's just something that you've been having to get used to. You come from somewhere where everything is like, if nature gives you something, you give something back. and most things are just kind of like you sit on the floor, and you sleep on the floor, because the floor is soft, and you
Floor.
yeah, like you're not used to furniture, even though you've been in and about Arda now, and Arda's definitely got some interesting things. There's things made out of metal, it's like your armor and stuff like that. It's stuff that you came across as you left the Whisperfields, and it was definitely a cultural change.
Tea.
Tea's ready.
That comes out of the cart and like steps down and has a very, probably I'd say a very like pretty metal kettle, not kettle, like teapot.
Teapot.
With like and it around the edge of it, it's got like 4 little hooks, and on the hooks, it are like 4 metal cups. And it comes out and places down on the table like, right, tea.
Tea.
Oh, I might need to get milk from someone because mine has definitely gone off.
Go to Palos.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's go get tea from Palos.
No.
Mommy.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Awful. Ah.
No, horrendous.
And would you like to try it with milk or just tea?
I don't think I can have milk.
Fair enough. Just
Right.
tea it is.
I
Do you want
think,
sugar?
I think leaf water is strange as is, not?
No, it's very tasty. I wouldn't say it's strange.
What kind of flavor does dwarven tea taste like?
Okay. So it tastes like tea. It tastes
Pebbles,
like
apparently.
classic-
It tastes like the earth.
Tastes like the earth.
No, that's according to chat. According to chat, it tastes like pebbles.
It tastes better than English drinking water. That is all need to know.
Oof, oof, oof.
See anything wrong with our drinking water? I cried up on that shit.
And look at you now.
Listen, when I come down to England, I realize
Shush,
that
shush.
people drink so much tea because of how bad the water is.
Enjoy the lime scale, bitch.
I do not want to feel like I am leaking.
For God's sake, you two. Christ. So Heliodor. I will need you to roll me another perception check. I
Oh
think
no, he mixed up the rat poison.
I think he's
No.
AFK.
And
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 for fuck's sake. Okay, well, while that's happening, you're sat and drinking tea. This hot leaf water. You can smell kind of spices and something cooking from the ridge where the large manor that Horsoth is from. Oh Christ, is set up.
apologies,
You
my
can.
internet ate shit.
Yeah, I figured it was that. You can smell kind of the spice of something cooking whilst you're sat down. Do you want to tell us what the tea tastes like?
Oh lordy. It is kind of a very smooth, but deep and kind of earthy taste. Enjoyable, like normal tea. Yes, pebbles. Pebbles.
Pebble flavoured.
But it is like a satisfying, I think, like English breakfast tea taste, but like it's deeper and earthier. Yeah.
it tastes like good soil.
Oh, I'm glad you like. I mean, does that mean you like it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I'm glad you enjoy. Would you like sugar with it?
I don't think I've ever had sugar.
Would you like to try sugar before you put it in the tea?
I would like to try the sugar.
A small metal pot gets kind of scooched over to you, opens it, and you can see small crystallized white powder in it. You just put it on your tongue. It's supposed to be ingested. Although, how are you drinking the tea?
I can drink normally. It's just quicker
Jesus,
to just
it
take it through my skin.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's sugar. It's sweet, tasty. A lot of people like it. Don't give it to children in massive amounts.
It is very, very expensive.
There is a small part of it.
Sarah is like she pulls like you know when a cat is shocked with something, it kind of opens his mouth and is like, what the fuck? She's never tasted anything as sweet as this. She's like,
Aye, that's why you only put a little bit in your tea.
Heliodor.
Tariq, would you like to try it?
Chris he's had is the mug light in front of his face, and he's kind of been like, it looks like in some way that he's trying to smell it first. His kind of palates are kind of shimmying around a bit before he kind of takes a sip of it, and he kind of jolts his head back a bit from it, almost in shock.
Oh.
And it's like, well, hot.
I did tell you I boiled water.
I know. I'm just not used to drinking. Straight boiling water.
Fair, understandable. We can add some cold in, but I would say add some more leaves with it. You can leave it a wee bit and just see what happens.
I'll say he kind of blows on it a bit, like you do the hot cup of tea you normally would, before taking a swing. You could get the feeling that he's not scrunching his face in disgust, but in kind of a bit of confusion. But
oh, nice.
That is strange.
It can be an acquired taste, especially as you get to some of the other teas. This is widely the most popular, I'd say.
People drink leaf water.
I really like it.
Oh, okay. And you'll give a wee try of the sugar.
It is sugar.
It opens his mouth, kind of puts a bit on his tongue. He's going, Right, and
Just a spoonful in your tea if you're interested.
yeah, I will give a try.
Okay.
That is fruit is sweet.
Aye.
So-
Aye. But not fruit. Aye.
Heliodor.
Not fruit.
Oh, hello.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh god. This is gonna go terribly. 2.
Okay. Don't worry then.
It doesn't matter.
There is literally a time bomb underneath.
I am sat on a bomb.
I'm going to expedite the tea drinking.
The tea ceremony.
Whilst you three enjoy a cup. And
Drink up, put chairs away.
after a little while, you kind of hear calling distantly. You can hear Joanne saying, "Dinner's ready." So
Food.
you all kind of make your way slowly back up to where Phaustos Manor is, and you sit down and you have what looks to be kind of a local curry of some kind. It seems to be made of sort of a mix of vegetables and what looks like some kind of rabbit meat. And it is very spicy and warming. And as the evenings of the night months, as you get deeper into this season, get colder, it's not cold per se. It's sitting at a good sort of 15, 16 degrees. It's just a bit. It's getting a bit nippy for the tropical climate on Sif, but it is a hearty meal, and you're well fed for the evening. And whilst you talk, Horsel seems to be a bit more kind of up and about and able to speak with you. And he says to you, he decides to kind of give you as much information as he can regarding what he knew from when he was in the mine. He reiterates that the Druiar that was present there was called the Abyssal Actuary, and didn't seem to go by any other name. Was just so often referred to as the Actuary, and that they are one of a handful of leaders of the Harbingers. So they seem to have quite a high position. And that they mentioned there's sort of rumours that have spread that the Harbingers have people everywhere. They said spies, undercover grunts are surveying information in all of the most powerful places on Sif. And off-world. They have connections everywhere, including the Fortuna, which is the kind of the well-renowned magic academy in Abrahamon by the World Warp.
Whoa.
They have people there as well. They have some very powerful people, or at least people amongst very powerful people. And it's a concern that they may be getting, a plethora of information from all sorts of sources all at once. And if Arda's working to stop these people, it might be worth weeding them out.
And they're talking about this. The Harbingers have these spies in places.
Yeah.
Ooh boy. Right. That's concerning.
Heliodor, your immediate thoughts are having people in the city.
Aye.
With the upcoming...
What's the date?
Heliodor you have about a week until that event. But you are concerned that there may be people that are a part of the market that may be secretly working with the Harbingers.
Huh. Okay. Tomorrow at first light I need to go. I have a place to go. Arda, is Arda in need of anything? I assume. Are any of you? You're pretty capable, aren't you?
Roll me an intelligence check, Heliodor.
How capable are they? An intelligence check. This is yes. Okay, very nice. Okay, that is a intelligence check. Just with the intelligence score.
Yeah.
23.
So, off the top of your head, looking at these people and how they fought in there against something as powerful as you've been told is an Angel of Adynn, one of these mythological monsters. They held their own. They managed well. And if the market is taking place, that means the person in Arda that you know will also be attending.
Well. Hey, you lot. And we'll look to the three of you.
Yes.
Do you want to I would like to hire you, sort of. More of an invitation to come with me. But like if you require payment, I guess I can do that, but like I'd prefer you to just come because I think I need to check something, and Harbingers in my hometown is not a good thing for anyone anywhere.
Sure. Well, what do you need?
Well, you seem pretty smart. You can hold your own, which is grand. Um,
Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I need you to come with me to Bohoravor Stjørstvor Helvor Hlange.
Sorry, what was that?
Estella's the only person there that would understand what that meant.
It is Dwarvish. And Estella, you understand it to mean the city of violet gold.
Sounds pretty.
Thank you. I also realize, good. The lady of the house is also dwarven, isn't she?
Horsorth, the lady of the house, and the child are all dwarven.
Nice. I look to Dracera and Karik and be like, oh, right. City of Violet Gold. I'd like you to come with me. Huh?
Don't worry, that was background noise.
Ah, very nice. Sorry, the child spoke.
The first time!
Would you be willing to come with me and just help me bring this to the attention of my matriarch?
I mean, I'd be happy to come along.
Wonderful, thank you. The other two?
If others are going, so I would go too.
Wonderful. Thumb, what do you think?
Thumb signs, I've never been to a city.
I think you'll enjoy it.
The city as well.
None
I
of you
figured it
have
was
ever
gonna-
been to a city.
Nope.
Ooh.
I went
Do
past
you all
one and they
express
did
that?
not like me.
I feel like Heliodor was that friend that you meet that is like kind of taking you outside for the first time, like the big world. Like they're the
Come
one
and
who
touch
takes you.
some grass.
Yeah,
She
they're like,
is grass.
Here's your first drink, and it's a fucking Copperberg or something.
Oh, no,
WKD,
I'll give you
yeah.
brandy. I'll give you
Well-
All of a sudden kind of looks a little bit concerned. You say city?
Aye.
I have been near like some larger settlements, and they are not exactly as accommodating.
Oh, don't worry yourself. I can promise you. I can promise you will be well accommodated for.
What kind of is it? Just dwarves in this town, or
Aye, last stronghold of the dwarves.
okay? I'm gonna
Kinda
make
sad.
them-
So I just you see as kind of like Heliodor just kind of like goes off into thinking about scattered dwarves and kind of like comes back after a second like, right, hey, I'd give. So you're willing to come with me?
Sure. How far away is it?
Pretty
Cough, cough,
far.
DM.
You...
If I leave tomorrow with my cart, can I get there in a week?
No.
Shite.
However, the party have something that could probably get you there faster.
How long is the recharge on that?
You still have about 3 days. It will take you a day and a half to get back to Arda.
Yeah. Okay. So the plan could be, yeah, we sleep over here tonight, make our way back to Arda, recuperate, redo our shit, take the coin, and get there.
Do you have a coin? A what?
Well, we have a coin to get around to places. It makes it a lot easier to travel.
You know what? I questioned the jar. I'm not going to question that.
Yeah, don't question it,
point.
man.
Aye. Can it take things like my cart with it?
I mean, it won't take the cart, but it will take you. But if we take your cart back to Arda, we can leave it there.
Okay, I'm okay with that. But a must is Mare has to be able to come too.
Mare counts as a creature, so yes, Mare can travel.
Hell yes.
How
Very
many
nice.
was it again? Was it 8?
8.
8, yeah.
Ooh, sexy. Very nice.
So
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4. We can take Mare. We can take Thumb because Thumb counts as 1 because we left him last time.
Pillow.
That was a bad fucking time. So
Oh,
that's
dear.
6. Palos.
Oh, is Palos coming with you?
Well, I
I
think
mean,
everyone wants Palos to
I-
come.
I don't know how good Palos is at fighting. Also, I don't.
Palos
I'm-
is an amazing cleric.
I don't
Um,
mind if you want to leave me at Ardor. I have a lot of
No,
things to do.
No. I mean, we'd
Uh,
love it if you came along with us, Palos.
There's usually limited room in the guest area.
You're pushing it already by inviting 3 strangers.
What's wrong with Palos?
4 strangers, I think you'll find. There is Thumb
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
Thumb include.
I'm pushing it, inviting outsiders I've not met for a long time. I'm afraid I minimal, but we've all I'm afraid I just need you 3, well 4, if that's alright.
Drosera looks pretty bummed about not having Palos.
Same for Cree.
We're like, oh man.
Oh, you're not the big fluffy lady with.
As you guys are talking, Joanne seems to be rummaging through one of the cupboards across the room, and she comes over, and in the middle of the table, she places down a large bag, and there is like this shink noise as she puts it
Ooh.
down, and she says,
For bringing him back, I think this will be appropriate compensation.
Who's that for?
Well, for all of you.
Are you sure?
and she nods.
Well, it is much appreciated. And kind of takes the bag and slides it over. Also, the food was payment enough, but this is grand as well.
It's- honestly, for saving my husband's life, there's not much I wouldn't give.
Alright.
Thank you. It wasn't necessary, but
Deeply
thank you,
appreciated. Aye. Oh, look at
Oh.
us. We already know how to finish each other's sentences. Okay. Right. I guess I will. Do you 3 for mind if I'll hold on to this and count it in my cart later?
why
Oh,
don't we just count it all together?
there is
What? I mean, you can come with
approximately
me.
1,500 gold in there.
Wow. Very adequately compensated. Whee!
Are you sure? I mean, that is lot of money.
Like I said, there isn't much I wouldn't give for my husband's life.
Well, again, greatly appreciated.
I can store that in the bag of holding for now.
By all means, here you go. Hands over the bag.
So you can split that equally between you if you want to, unless you want like a party fund in which you all just dip into. That is for you to talk out of
was a
character
grumble
about
if I'm
what
honest.
you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Drosera's not gonna steal it. She literally has never spent a single fucking coin since she's been here. So
Money, money,
Yeah.
money.
No. I divided it by 4, seen it 375 each. Thinking
Oh,
it might be
nice.
better having a party fund. I think.
yeah.
You were each provided somewhere safe and warm and comfortable to sleep that evening.
Nice.
And with that, we were going to call the session there.
Damn.
Me dear, that wasn't a beach episode.
I didn't say it was going to be. I said the one after. Well, it depends. It depends on when you get there. So
We're gonna get there. It's just gonna be like.
it might be a
it's gonna
while.
It's all the garbage of the last several
No.
areas is just washed up on shore.
It's
I'm
fine.
adding that money to the bag of holding.
Okay.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
All right. So thank you for coming.
Sorry for being late.
It's not your fault. It's okay. Sorry for impersonating a horrendous Scottish accent, Jack.
Yes, I also apologise.
You have to apologise every session.
Yep.
It will only get worse when you get to the city. Don't worry. Grand. Thank you to the people in chat for coming. We will be here at the same time next week. Hopefully.
I will be on time.
We will. Yeah, it should be running next week. Session 40. Crap. God, I've been running for that long. We'll see you all next week. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.